It looks successful on our end, Eric. Okay? It looks successful. is week number 5 of the IFL season in 2023, and the Arizona Rattlers get set to host a team that's become one of their arch rivals, the Duke City Gladiators. Arizona in unfamiliar territory at this point of the year. They played 3 games. The record is 1-2, and that is very unfamiliar indeed for the Rattlers. The last time they were 1-2 back in 2017, they did win a championship. However, I think Coach Guy would much rather that record be reversed, if not 3-0, which is very familiar to the Rattlers. Welcome in, everybody, to the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, the Snake Pit. And it's electric out there as we get ready to bring you this big matchup. It's the Rattlers taking on the Duke City Gladiators. And not only is this unfamiliar, Dale Hellestray, unfamiliar for the Rattlers in terms of where their record is 3 games in, but the team they're playing out there is actually favored to win the game. Duke City, the favorite by 2.5 in this one. This is a lot of new charted territory I'm sure the Rattlers and Coach Kevin Guy don't want to be in, but Dale, this one tonight in Phoenix is a huge one.
It's important. It's important to the Rattlers, to Kevin Guy. The thing I've always talked, knowing Kevin Guy for now 10, 12, 15 years, they've had success early, and they've rolled early. They've had no adversity, and they go all the way to the championship, then they hit adversity, and they struggle. Guess what? This year they're hitting adversity early. Does that pay off as the season goes along, and can they come away with a victorious season, a championship at the end?
And we're going to find out. My name is Floyd Simmons. This is Dale Hellestray, the 3-time Super Bowl champion. And out there on the field, there's a good look at Kevin Guy. And I'll tell you, that guy is in serious mode. He is in football mode right now. Talked to him a moment ago. We'll get that conversation with Coach Guy here in just a moment. Find out his thoughts going into this big matchup. As mentioned, the Rattlers are 1-2. The Gladiators are 2-1, and the Gladiators are favored to win this game at the Rattlers' home. That just doesn't happen. Meanwhile, down on the field, it is time for the national anthem, and we're going to get this thing started at the Footprint Center.
We ask you please stand if you are able, and kindly remove your hats as your Arizona Rattlers welcome Patrick Lauder to perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
An amazing rendition of the national anthem for you this evening from downtown Phoenix, Arizona, the Footprint Center, and it's the home of the Arizona Rattlers. We get set to bring you this matchup between Arizona and Duke City. The Gladiators are in town, everybody, and we're ready to kick it off in just a few moments. Now, I was down on the field just a while ago with the head coach, Kevin Guy, to get his thoughts on this big matchup and where his team is and what's ailing them right now. Let's get that conversation in now with Coach Kevin Guy.
Coach Guy, your team, the walking wounded. I don't know if you've ever faced a team as decimated by injury this early in the season as you do now.
No, not since I've been here or since I've been coaching. We got a lot, but we're not going to make any excuses. You know, we try to bring in a lot of competitive guys to compete at the beginning of training camp, and that's what they're here for. So some guys have got to step up.
So Drew Powell is going to be out still for a while, and you've turned full-time to Jorge Reyna. And I'll tell you, you know, he looked pretty good at times last week. What kind of week of practice did Jorge and the offense have?
I thought he had a lot better week. His timing was a lot better. We got all the confidence in the world, but he's not the only one playing. We need the other 20 guys to show up and play well as well, you know, as well.
Let's talk about your defense for a second. In week one, or rather it was week two, over in San Francisco area, you did not like the way the defense played. Did they mark some improvement for you last week?
No. No. We need to play better on defense. We're used to getting 5 stops a game here in this organization, and we're averaging about 2. So we need to play better up front. We need to play better on the back end. We need to do a better job on 4th downs.
And Coach, the last time you started the season 1-2, you went on to win a championship, 2017. Do you see any similarities in this team with this start?
Nothing other than that we're 1-2. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, the league's better ownership, better coaches, which means there's better players in the league. So the recruiting's better. This league's grown a lot since we've joined the league. So I don't see any similarities at all with that. Now, you know, if you want to put it on paper, okay. But, you know, you don't win games on paper. So we got to, you know, we can't fall too far down, you know, in the race here. So we got to make sure we come out with a W tonight.
Coach, we wish you the best. Good luck tonight.
We will. Thank you.
Well, Dale, hail astray. There's Coach Kevin Guy and his remarks here, and kind of what you expect from a coach who has a very high standard, his team below 500, and I don't think he likes that a whole lot.
Well, here's the one thing about Kevin Guy that I think that he's sneaky. Okay, I don't think he really minds this. He wants some adversity to hit this young team. Now, how can they climb out of this hole? And if they do, they will be much, much stronger for it as the season goes along.
Down on the field, you see the coin toss has been completed, and forgive me, I wasn't looking either on the field or at the monitor to check and see who's going to get the ball first. We'll find out soon enough. I did want to do this, give an opportunity for our friends who are in the media department with the Arizona Rattlers. They have put together a terrific hype-up video here in this 2023 season. And remember this about the Rattlers. 30 years of existence of this great organization, all-time winningest professional sports organization in Arizona history with 6 championships. And this season, they're celebrating not just the 30th year, but they call this the decades of dominance. And I think, Dale, that's a pretty apropos description, isn't it?
As a native of Phoenix, Arizona, I've appreciated the Arizona Rattlers, and they've done a tremendous job being champions here.
Absolutely. Let's roll that video clip and get ready for the big kickoff coming up in 1 minute.
Got a limited greatness inside of me. Greatness.
Yeah, get those tickets and get on out here to the Footprint Center. What a great job getting you ready, getting us ready for the kickoff of tonight's big matchup on that hype video from the media guys at the Arizona Rattlers. That includes the 2 Brandons, Brandon Duenas, Brandon Ensign, and their great team. And they do a wonderful job. If you don't follow the Arizona Rattlers on social media, you're missing out on some primo content. And it will fire you up anytime you take a look at it. And we're about ready to go. As you look and you see that back deep to receive, is that Omar Hempfield Toledo that's going to drop back and receive the opening kickoff? I see Jamal Miles at the 5-yard line. Normally, the guy deep back there has been Dylan Winfrey, who has been terrific in returns for the Rattlers. But
He might be a scratch to start this one back deep for the Rattlers. Let's get it going. And the kicker for Duke City is somebody that you know and that I know. There is Ernesto Lacayo to kick it away and get it underway here in downtown Phoenix. That's going to be off the net, wide left of the pipes, and the ball is going to come out and give Arizona great field position to start this game. And right there, Ernesto Lacayo, I think, was going for the deuce to get this thing kicked off and underway. Didn't quite land it, and so we'll stay at zeros and get this thing rolling here from downtown Phoenix, everybody.
And Kevin Guy expected that, expected a lot of deuce tries. And for those of you who are new to the IFL, deuce is you kick it off, you kick it through the upright, it's 2 points. And then the receiving team gets the ball on the 5-yard line. They've done that a lot this year. Expect more of that as this game goes along.
And it's actually the 20-yard line. Great field position to start it out. And Jorge Reyna, the starting quarterback, will hand it off. And that is Jagger Gardner carrying the ball around the left side. And he is driven into the dasher board on that far side as we get it underway, everybody, from the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner. This is Dale Hellestray here. And in a moment, we'll meet the third member of our broadcast team. She is now patrolling the sidelines as this one is now officially underway. We'll talk more about, for those who are newer to the game, talk about how the clock operates. And by the way, no gain a moment ago for Gardner. Here's a quick pass. That is well-timed by Reyna as he fires it out to Isaiah Houston. And Houston's going to get the lean, move forward, gain exactly 10 yards for a Rattlers first down.
Really nice job by Reyna. Look at the snap here. It's on the ground. He's able to still keep his eyes upfield so many times. Some throws the quarterback off. He can't get his eyes focused on where he wants to throw the football. Bam. Got ready to throw the football, came out on time, pick up the first down.
Big thank you to Nova Home Loans for their sponsoring partnership of the Arizona Rattlers. They are our official replay sponsors. Step up, Reyna throws toward the end zone. That's cut off and intercepted in the end zone. That ball taken away. Is that that great defender back? Well, I thought it was.
That's Roderick Chapman, I believe.
I think you're right. Chapman cut across, undercut the receiver on a ball that was not laid out far enough, leading the receiver, and just a great defensive play to take it away.
Had to be so precise in this league when you throw the football. Remember, you've got dasher boards along the back of the end zone. You've got dasher boards on the sideline, and you've got the defender underneath. The ball has to be perfectly thrown, and then you got to trust that your receiver, that the worst thing that will happen is your receiver will break up the ball and it'll be an incomplete pass.
So the opening possession for the Rattlers results in a turnover. And the guy that replaces Drew Powell at quarterback has his first miscue of the day. That is Jorge Reyna. The other side, Nate Davis, one of the more highly regarded quarterbacks in the IFL, will complete his first pass attempt for a gain of 4 yards. Bring that out to the 9-yard line after the touchback, and it's 2nd down and 6.
Going to be interesting to see how the Rattlers attack Nate Davis. Coach, I've not heard Coach Guy talk so highly of an opponent as he had Nate Davis yesterday as he spent some time with him. Said his arm is unbelievably accurate. Somehow, some way, you've got to throw the timing off, and you got to get him off his spot.
And he makes a throw to the far side. That pass will be caught with a flag coming out behind the play. Jared Elmore on the receiving end of that pass, thrown by the back judge. And we'll see what the officials have to say. And who is the beneficiary of the first flag thrown today?
Usually that's going against the defense.
Illegal contact, defense number 39. That penalty will be declined. The result of the play, first down.
Penalty thrown on the linebacker, Salim Brightwell. Salim had a great game last week for the Rattlers. One of the few bright spots defensively that Coach Guy pointed out to us in the days that led up to this broadcast. He was solid in the middle, played downhill all game long last week. And they need a few more guys on that defensive unit to step up. No score here. First possession for the Gladiators. Deep throw toward the end zone. That pass is caught in stride. That is a touchdown for the Duke City Gladiators.
Looks like Gary Brown came down with the catch. What a tremendous throw. Everything we've heard, everything we've seen. I mean, that ball, again, was thrown the only place it could be caught by Gary Brown. And Gary Brown catches it. This was really good coverage. Got the dasher board behind, still able to drop it in. And that's just a testament to the greatness of Nate Davis.
Well, he was throwing beautiful passes in warm-ups, and he threw another one right there to get the points on the board in the official game. And Ernesto Lacayo tacks the point on for Duke City. Stand by, everybody. We'll grab a timeout. It's 11:40 on the clock in the first quarter. It's Duke City 7, Arizona nothing. Back with more Arizona Rattlers football in a moment.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Tell me it's not exciting to be a part of the Indoor Football League. Welcome back into Phoenix, everybody. A touchdown for Nate Davis and his Duke City Gladiators to start this one out tonight. Duke City, the 2.5-point favorite coming into the game. And they came in with a 2-1 record on this one tonight. Ernesto Lacayo will send it away in just a moment. Our score, Duke City 7. The Arizona Rattlers yet to score in this one tonight. Lacayo with the gang behind him. Here's the kick, and this liner will go out of play long, and that'll be that touchback in. The Rattlers will get it at their own 20-yard line. Let's introduce you to our third member of the broadcast team. That is Sandy Charles. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd, thank you. Yeah, the injury bug has really bit this Rattler teams. In fact, the first time in 15 years they've had so many injuries all at once. Of course, star quarterback Drew Powell still out, and now wide receiver Braxton Haley is also out. He hurt himself in the home opener last week. I spoke with head coach Kevin Guy about this, and he said, of course, it's going to affect the offense. He needs his guys to step up. He also told me this is where he finds out who is in his locker room. But, Floyd, there is some positive news. Wide receiver Isaiah Houston, he is back, and Coach Guy told me he adds speed to this offense, and he had a great week at practice.
And the ball is on the ground. It looks like Duke City has made the recovery. A little jet sweep action left to right across the formation. That came out of the hands of the ball carrier. Was that Jamal Miles? Not sure, but one way or the other, a huge early break, another turnover and takeaway for the Gladiators. They'll have the ball at their own 21-yard line.
Well, that's just an extension of your run game, and Coach Guy said he is going to try and run the football a little bit more tonight. Not always handing the ball off. You see the handoff underneath. Ball comes loose. Duke City jumps on the football and now has a chance to take control of this football game here early in the first quarter.
So Duke City has gained possession. They've got the ball at their own 21-yard line, and we are at the 11-minute mark here in the first quarter. Can Duke City go up 2 scores early on the Rattlers? Davis, a quick release And he hit the inside receiver as he broke on the deep out, and that pass is completed. Xavier Amy, one of the those two great receiving weapons that Davis has, and that'll be a first down at the Rattlers 17-yard line.
One thing that Coach Guy really impressed upon his defense, you need pressure equals picks, coverage equals sacks. Somehow, some way, they have got to get Davis off that spot. As of right now, he's standing there like it's practice on air. There's been nobody in his neighborhood.
Those guys up front, the newly acquired Uric Jones, these guys have got to get some pressure on the quarterback. They bring Brightwell on a blitz up the middle, and he helps make sure that Davis gets rid of it. And for the first time, he fails to connect on a pass attempt. That one a little bit too tall into the Gladiator bench.
Kind of interesting there because that's the first time that the Rattlers brought pressure. They bring Brightwell, empty backfield, meaning there's nobody to pick him up. Ball has to come out a little quicker than Davis wants it to. What does that lead to? Leads to an incomplete pass.
Big thinking in Nova Home Loans, presenting our replays. And a valued sponsor of the Arizona Rattlers. Davis steps up, and he tried to run with it, and he got quickly wrapped up. The guy that got to him was Uric Jones. How about 6'7", 300? You got wingspan like that. Kind of hard to get around a guy that big, and Davis couldn't do much. Got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It's 3rd down and 10.
Well, it's just really interesting to me. You see Jones, he's 6'7", 300 pounds. The Rattlers center is Cole Carter. He's 6'7". You usually don't see 6'7" dudes in the middle of the line. Those that usually are 6'2", 6'3" to play with leverage. But Jones, nice play right there.
I hope they gave Uric Jones a sack on that, because I think it was a very small fraction of a loss there as we watch a ball in the hands of the receiver and then dropped incomplete to Amy as he came across, and he would have had the first down on that catch, but the defense was there to help make sure he did not haul it in.
Ball thrown a little bit behind him. That's not a Nate Davis throw. Nate Davis so accurate, but guess what? Pushed off his spot by the linebacker, gets sacked on the next play. That ball's thrown behind. Could the catch have been made? Of course it could have. But I think these receivers get spoiled. The ball's always right where they want it, and now they force a field goal, the Rattlers defense.
That was Toledo in the coverage. Here's a 34-yard field goal try. Remember, the pipes are very narrow. So a 34-yard try is, forget that, high snap, loose ball. And that's going to be a tackle into the boards, well shy of even the line of scrimmage. Dalton James, the holder, couldn't bring it down. And after that, it was just a matter of getting to him, and the Rattlers did that, and they're going to get a stop. Hang on a moment, everybody. We do have to grab a timeout here at the 8-minute mark of the first quarter. We'll be back in a moment. It's Duke City 7, Arizona nothing. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Back into it, everybody. Welcome back. The Arizona Rattlers defensively get a stop. The high snap on the field goal try, followed by the pursuing defense. Tackle made into the the boards on the far side, and the Rattlers take over at their own 20-yard line. Well, let's see. Maybe they got him out of their system, Dale Hellestrate. Maybe they got those turnovers out of their system.
Well, maybe they did. But more important than that, Floyd, I got to tell you, I'm playing in pain. I'm playing through pain right now. I lost a filling pregame.
Oh.
I almost called in sick, but I'm still here right beside you.
No
Pray
kidding.
for me.
I will. Here's a give up the middle, and that's a pretty good run straight up the middle by Jagger Gardner. He's going to get 9 yards on the play. He did indicate first down, but don't believe him. That was a 9-yard gain. It'll be second down and very short. Jagger Gardner has given the team some pretty good running through 3 games, but they need more out of him. I know that Coach Guy wants to get this running game more established, and that's a good way to do it. 9 yards to pick up by Gardner. Reyna with the low snap had to try to pick it up and find something, and quickly got swarmed under by that defensive line. Give credits up the middle to Mason Newton.
I did not notice that last week at all, but Cole Carter really struggling tonight with the snaps. That's at least the 4th ball that has not got to Reyna. And trust me, as a quarterback, the one thing you want to count on is the snap is going to be in my hands going back to Gardner. Coach challenged him this week because they're going to have to run the football tonight to win this game. He wants Gardner to be just a little bit tougher throughout this game.
Under 7 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. Reyna fires wide open. Jamal Miles ducks under, and Jamal has an 11-yard pickup. That'll take it inside the Duke City 15-yard line, and there's a play that brings a little bit of electricity out of this crowd.
Good snap to start the play, and then Miles, a guy who we noticed last week, really wasn't involved in the first half. We were kind of wondering when is Miles getting involved? He's the stalwart of this football team. He's the old wily veteran, and they want to get him a little bit like Larry Fitzgerald with the Cardinals. Get the old guy involved early and get the crowd involved in the game.
Also, keep an eye on Isaiah Scott. He is split wide out to the right side. Isaiah Houston in motion on that side, and they'll run the opposite direction. Gardner, the cutback, and he's got 10 yards on this game. Exactly 10. They'll move the chains. He is down to the 3-yard line, and 2 nice running plays with that pass to Jamal Miles sandwiched in between, and the Rattlers are starting to get some offensive momentum.
Really nice job. You pitch it out here. You seal the edge there. J.J. Coleman is number 70, 6'4", 305 pounds, athletic, comes around the edge. And this is exactly what Kevin Guy wanted. He wanted to be physical. That's his calling card. They score a lot of points, and they run a lot of plays, but at the end of the day, he wants to be more physical than you.
Under center, Jorge Reyna. And he'll give it to Gardner again, and he is able to dive into the end zone. That's an Arizona Rattlers touchdown.
Nice job coming around the left side again, lowers his shoulder, gets the ball into the end zone. And what Coach Guy told us yesterday, we're going to have to fight, scratch, and claw to get the ball across the goal line. That's exactly what he does right here. And I think what this is Gardner saying, guess what, Coach? Challenge accepted. And now let's see this go for another 3 quarters for the Rattlers.
And the point after is up on the way, and the kick for the Rattlers is good from Craig Peterson. So we're tied, everybody, in a game that, boy, Ty, this is a game that could have got out of hand in a hurry if that defensive stop hadn't occurred for the Rattlers. But they were able to turn it the other direction, capitalize, and it's Jagger Gardner taking it into the end zone, a 3-yard touchdown run for the Arizona Rattlers. Well, Dale, Jorge Reyna has come out, started this game in place of the injured Drew Powell, and though he didn't throw the ball a lot in that series, that pitch and catch to Jamal Miles was a terrific throw from a guy who really can throw the ball well and had a great week of practice for the Rattlers.
Well, he did, and obviously he's growing and getting better. And talking to Coach Guy this week, the one thing he pointed out, he said, when you're trying to find a backup quarterback, doesn't matter whatever league, but here in the Indoor Football League, Drew Powell, he is the reigning MVP. A lot of guys did not want to come in and compete with him. Well, that tells you a lot about that guy. You don't want to compete. I don't care what level, high school, college football, NFL. If you don't want to compete, Coach Guy does not want to coach you. Guess what Reyna said? Give me a shot. I'll come in there, I'll battle, and may the best man win. And now here he is having a chance to show his wares, the exact type of personality that Kevin Guy and a lot of coaches want to coach.
And this would be a perfect resume game for Jorge Reyna, wouldn't it? Let's see how it goes. Craig Peterson steps into it. The kick is away. That'll be fielded at the back. Nope, that's gonna go through for the deuce. That kick is up and good.
2-point deuce awarded to the Rattlers. It'll be Duke City's ball, 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line.
So that's a big kick. Craig Peterson delivering the deuce, and the Rattlers take the lead. They are going to move in front 9-7 after the kick. Let's throw it down on the field. Our sideline reporter, Sandy Charles. Sandy, you got a little more on that quarterback for the Rattlers, Jorge Reyna, don't you?
I do. First off, he is all smiles down here, and the whole team has been giving him fist bumps and high fives. So great to see. But yes, I spoke with Jeff Tedford, head football coach at Fresno State, so his former coach when he was a Bulldog, and he told me he's a fierce competitor. He's a great team leader. He possesses all of the qualities of a great quarterback. He's got the arm strength, accuracy, mobility, intelligence, and extreme toughness, and we've seen that. He was very well respected during his time at Fresno State. He demonstrated great character and was a positive role model for the program, and now with the Rattlers. Back to you.
How about this wounded duck that goes up in the air? And that's going to be offensive pass interference thrown from behind the play. I believe that's going to be called on the offense.
It better be offensive pass interference.
Tried to fight
full
position on an underthrown ball. That ball just came out awkwardly
Pass
from Davis's grip.
Defense number 15.
Oh!
The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot, and an automatic first down.
My goodness, do we have a shot of this? Watch this. My goodness gracious. And the official furthest away from the play made the call following the end of last week's game.
Well, let's make sure somebody's got an eye on Coach Guy right now. First down after the pass interference and a change of directions. Here comes a pretty physical hit by Dylan Winfrey. Simeon Brightwell helping out as well on the ball carrier, Dalton James, and it ends up being a 3-yard gain to the Duke City 23-yard line.
Well, the thing about this defense is Coach Guy, it's a different defense than most defenses in the indoor football league. They check on almost each and every play. Well, that falls on Dylan Winfrey. Young guys around him, sometimes he thinks a little too much. He's got some veterans back there now, and Coach Guy encouraged him, go play. Go play football. You're a great football player. That's what he did right there.
9-7 Rattlers. Here's the throw, Davis. And he's going to lead his receiver again, a little too much on this one. So after starting hot, Nate Davis has cooled off some here in the last couple of possessions. Jared Elmore was the intended receiver. You know, Dale, this is a huge game in a number of ways. These two teams have faced off 7 times in their history. Arizona's won all 7. They've never lost to Duke City. They've also never been an underdog to Duke City. So you put all those things together, there's got to be some motivation for the Rattlers tonight.
Well, and again, then you add to that, you got a backup quarterback. You got some injuries. You got adversity and a young team. How do they respond?
Davis on 3rd down and 7, throws it up in the air, and he throws it out of bounds. There was contact down there on a ball that is 3 rows deep. That ball was uncatchable. I don't care who you are on the other end, and the official throws his flag.
Pass interference, defense number 20. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
Boy, Coach Guy is...
Wow, and I'm going to tell you, Floyd, the back judge there, fairly respected official here in the Indoor Football League, Kanan Keiser. His dad also officiates. But this is absolutely horrendous call. Ball's four rows deep into the stands. You can't make that call. Has no place in this game. And now you give them a new set of downs.
Approaching the 2-minute mark. Pump fake, throw to the corner, and that pass is caught
against the back wall, and it's going to be a touchdown, and then contact and extracurriculars and all that. And the markers are coming out. This is going to be a personal foul on somebody. Catch is made at the back of the end zone, and that'll be a touchdown.
Don't have a number 5 on our roster, Floyd. Sorry, we can guess.
Catch made up against the back of the end zone. We're going to try to figure that out. Sandy, if you can.
The play is a touchdown for Duke City. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 27. That penalty will be placed in the bank and be enforced after the kickoff.
Number 22, initial Ohio, on to attempt the extra point.
Well, you got the story right there. And the emotions are already running high in this game. Duke City has retaken the lead here now, 13-9. And we await the outcome of Ernesto Lacayo's kick, and that's going to hit the upright. It hits the upright, the kick is no good. And with 1:54 on the clock in the first quarter, Duke City 13, Arizona 9. This is Arizona Rattlers football. We're back in just a moment.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
And a big thank you to all of our great sponsoring partners here with the Arizona Rattlers. And that does include Nova Home Loans. Thank you to Nova Home Loans. They present our replays, and we value their partnership here at the Arizona Rattlers. Welcome back in, everybody, as we close out the first quarter. We give credit where credit is due. That touchdown catch was made by Gary Brown a moment ago for Duke City. So Gary hauled it in. And with the $1:54 remaining in the first quarter, it's Duke City 13, Arizona 9. Here's the kick, a line drive. Lacayo's kick will bounce up in the air. Turns into a pretty good one, fielded by Jamal Miles at about the 2-yard line, and after a 10-yard return, he is tackled. And that's where the Rattlers offense will take over, bring it back out here, trailing by 4.
Really interesting, because I kind of like Duke City's approach to that. You got a little kicker who's got the leg to make a deuce. He misses a couple. Guess what? Your defense creates a couple turnovers, so you're not the worse for the wear. But you keep the return team completely off balance for the opponent. And so I really like their approach. You saw the Rattlers go for the deuce. I think Kevin Guy felt the need that, hey, Duke City is going to do it. We're going to try it. And they've been successful. Should be fun to watch as the game goes along.
And the quarterback, Jorge Reyna, hands it off to Jagger Gardner, and he tripped up a little bit, bounced off the offensive line, escapes that one tackle, and ends up with a pretty nice gain on the play. I'm not sure how he did that. A little dipsy-do action in the backfield and an 8-yard gain. He's got a pretty nice pickup, second down.
Catches his foot either on the new turf or catches it on Reyna and is able to regain his balance, cut back against the grain, lower his shoulder, and what looked like was to be a loss on the play ends up being an 8-yard gain.
So 2 yards to the line to gain, and a quick pass to Jamal Miles, and he gets planted after dropping the pass. That was wonderful defense by Duke City. Daquan Brown on the near side, timed the hit perfectly, and the ball is dislodged.
Brown came up like a ton of bricks. And again, you got a veteran dude who got his eyes upfield just a little quick there. And Jamal Miles knew somebody was coming after him, and got to make sure you secure the football because that would have been a first down.
33 seconds remain in the first quarter. Duke City on top by 4. The Rattlers will keep it on the ground. Gardner bounces out of that one again, and then he runs into trouble. And in the process, he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. That'll bring up third down and about 4 for Arizona's offense. 10 seconds and counting down in the quarter. I don't think the Rattlers are going to run another play. They won't. And that's how the first quarter is going to come to an end, everybody, here at the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. It's a close one, and it's a good one, and tensions are already mounting.
That is the end of the first
Whatever
quarter.
you do, don't go away. It's Duke City 13, Arizona with the football at 9. And the second quarter on the way. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, we're back in, everybody. Second quarter getting going down on the field. The Arizona Rattlers Sidewinders, the top cheerleading squad in the IFL, and we bring you back just part of a great show they put on here at the Footprint Center. I'm telling you, I don't know. People ask me how to describe the experience, Dale, and sometimes I say, well, it's a rock concert and a football game broke out. That's one answer I give sometimes. But however you describe it, it's an absolute feast for the senses.
Well, what I always tell people is if you enjoy it on TV, and I'm not dissing us like Charles Barkley disses the NBA, but you need to come down here and experience it in person because it's nonstop action, whether it's music, giveaways, fun times, loud, all the things that go on that make you have so much fun at a sporting event. And guess what? It moves fast.
And I think that's one of the reasons we love Chuck, okay? So, not that I'm giving you any suggestions. Let's see, it's first down and 4. Here goes 4th and 4. Sorry about that. And contact, and it looks like pass interference.
Yeah.
Jamal was asking for something. He didn't realize the flag was thrown completely over his head.
It looked like Zachary Hannibal.
Pass interference, defense number 1. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot and an automatic first down.
Little double move, and Hannibal knew he was beat. You'd rather take the penalty rather than give up the touchdown. Really nice route there by Jamal Miles, a wily veteran. And again, every coach on each sideline having a hard time with the interference calls. So instead of 15 yards, it was a spot foul. He jumped on it early.
Okay, second quarter has gotten underway. That's first down for the Rattlers. They're on 22-yard line. Jorge Reyna, the quarterback, puts them in motion. And he throws to Scott on the bubble screen. And Isaiah Scott is hit almost immediately. 2-yard gain. He'll be just shy of midfield after the reception. Boy, Isaiah had a wonderful multi-touchdown game last week for the Rattlers. They did lose the game, but he was targeted a lot, made a ton of catches, had a wonderful week, and he ended up being the IFL's Offensive Player of the Week with that great performance, and there's his first catch of the night. And a thank you to our sponsors like Modelo for helping us bring you Arizona Rattlers football. Reyna to throw over the middle, and he finds Gardner, who gets immediately knifed under. That'll be a 7-yard reception to Jagger Gardner coming out of the backfield.
And going back to that previous reception, when you talk about Isaiah Scott, he had a humongous game last year. But as we talked to Coach Guy last week, what did he say? Or yesterday, what did he say? He needs to continue to improve. Yeah. He wants to lose a little bit of weight, so he gets tired. Routes become a little sloppy. So what Coach Guy sees versus what we see. Coach Guy sees an even better receiver. We see an Isaiah Scott, 6'3", 230 pounds, who had a dominant game. Coach Guy wants more.
Gardner, after the catch, is in the backfield behind Reyna under center, and they'll give it and try to get the short yardage first down pickup. And Gardner is going to stretch out and get right back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up fourth down. 4th and a yard, and a long yard at that for the Rattlers offense.
Well, the thing when you run the football in the indoor football league, you're always going to have one defender in the box unblocked. Who you decide to leave unblocked, and you got to make sure you block the other 3 and at least one of them dominantly to gain yardage.
Approaching the 12-minute mark here in the second quarter. And a quick flip right side. Good defense, and I'm not sure that Jamal Miles is going to get there. A couple of those defenders, Zachary Hannibal was among those at the tip of the spear defensively for Duke City. What a play, but they did say Jamal on the forward progress got right to the line to gain. That's a first down for the Rattlers.
Boy, oh boy, I can see if you're a Rattler fan, you go, hey, take a deep sigh of relief. If you're a Duke City fan, you go, boy, that's a little too close. Nice job by Duke City. We've seen Hannibal now make 3 plays in about the last 4 snaps and been dominant.
Thank you to Nova Home Loans for that great look down on the field. And on first down, here's a flip out left side to Isaiah Houston. Houston will try to get the block upfield from Isaiah Scott, his co-namesake, I guess. And a 3-yard gain. The ball goes to the 15-yard line for the Rattlers. A slow-moving drive down the field here on this possession and using a bit of clock as well.
Well, and Coach Guy told us yesterday, he said the IFL, it's a possession game, not a field position game. You know, a lot of times in an outdoor game, you hear people talk about field position. You punt the ball and flip the field and all that. But in the indoor football league, it's how many possessions can you get that give you an opportunity to score points.
And how many stops can you make on defense? Here's a throw on the slant, and the catch is made. Boy, that was a great catch. Is that Isaiah Scott hauling it in? It is. Isaiah's just shy of the 10-yard line, so give him 4 yards on the pickup. And I got to tell you, that was a gutsy catch coming in toward the linebacker who was dropping back. I believe that was the backer who dropped back in coverage and met him in the middle of the field. And he was able to hang in there on that great catch.
Yeah, that looked like Jason Serta, number 28. They listed him at 6', 205. From up here, he looks like he's about 6', 245. And there was going to be a collision right there in the middle of the football field, able to avoid it and hang on to the football.
Yeah, one of the top tacklers in the league. He's a guy that just knows how to get to the football, and he plays like a much bigger frame, doesn't he? Here's a pump fake and throw to the sideline, and that should be a first down on a catch made by Isaiah Houston. He was able to make the catch and fall back into the the dasher, and indeed he got to the line to gain for the first down, and that'll bring up first and goal for the Rattlers. The ball is at the 7-yard line.
Well, that's one thing I've noticed from Reyna last week. If that first read wasn't there, he patted that ball a couple times, then he had to start running around a little bit. Right here, he pats the ball, and boom, the ball comes out quickly thereafter, feeling more confident with his receivers.
And Reyna puts him in motion. Run the option, flip to Gardner. He's got some room to run on the edge. Gardner will lean forward, stretch out, and is he in the end zone? I guess he is. Yes, there's the indication from the referee. Touchdown, Arizona.
Just an option, run right at the defensive end. He has to make a decision, and then will Gardner lower his shoulder and get in the end zone? That's 2 times now as you come right into your living room right here. Watch him lower that left shoulder, run through a tackler, and get the ball across the end zone.
And so with 8:44 on the clock, we will get the point after try from Peterson, and he'll knock it through for Arizona. Our score, Arizona 16, Duke City 13. A timeout. More first half action coming right up. And right here from Phoenix on the Arizona Rattlers football broadcast. Don't go anywhere.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, there's the man of the moment. Second touchdown in the game for Jagger Gardner, and like you do in the IFL, you go score a touchdown, then you trot back out there on the kick coverage team. And we'll talk with Jagger right after the Duke City Gladiators field this kickoff. Everybody, 16-13, Arizona back in front of Duke City. Here's the kick. And they're going to go for the deuce. That's deep, and that's wide left. Didn't make it. The ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line as we get set to throw it down. We'll see where Jagger ends up as he comes off the field, and we'll give a chance.
Kick out of bounds, Arizona. By rule, the ball would be placed at the 20-yard line.
Good field position for Nate Davis and that offense as we find Jagger Gardner, the touchdown maker tonight for the Arizona Rattlers. Hey, Sandy, go ahead.
Okay, giving him a breath. Just came off the field. Jagger, take us through. How are you able to get into the end zone?
It's just something I've been practicing all week. I've just been wanting to put my best foot forward and come out here and win. You know, play physical, play tough, and play fast.
What is the mood around this team right now?
Oh, we just want to win. That's it. Just win and score.
Got it. Thank you.
Just win, baby. Here comes Nate Davis with a quick flip around the left side, and that's a nice run. Powering through those defenders to pick up the first down, a gain of about 12 yards on the play for Dalton James, the running back for Duke City. That guy, the running back for Arizona that we talked to a moment ago, Jagger Gardner. Listen, he's been challenged, Dale. He's been challenged by Coach Kevin Guy to elevate his
his efforts in the running game and in the offensive scheme as a whole for the Rattlers.
One of the things that Coach Guy pointed out, running a little bit too high. And can you handle the workload? Can you carry the ball 15 to 20 times in a game? Coach Guy is not afraid to challenge his players. He wants guys who are going to compete.
So after the first down, it's into Arizona territory. Pass is caught, and it should be a 9-yard pickup on the comeback to the sideline. And the guy on the receiving end is Gary Brown. Brown, the guy that caught the touchdown on the last scoring drive.
Interesting because I think as you take a look at this Duke City offense, Nate Davis a little out of sync. Now they're trying to hurry up the pace a little bit, trying to get him back in rhythm.
And they're going to hand it off. And up the middle it goes. That's a gain of 3 yards before the defense collapses on Dalton James.
I would be disgusted if I'm Dalton James and look at the roster. He's listed at 6'3", 325. He's a little more lean than 6'3", 325, but nonetheless picks up enough yards for a first down.
Pretty good run defense by a couple of defensive backs. Jacoby Taylor and Dylan Winfrey helped out make that tackle. Ball on the 6-yard line of the Rattlers. Davis will run the option, and he flips it out. And Devontae Merriweather is there to meet the running back Dalton James and drive him into the boards.
Wow, Merriweather like he was shot out of a cannon. Watch this, an option down the left side. Pitches the ball, watch number 8, bam! He's there before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Merriweather, 6'1", 200 pounds, hits like about a 225-pound linebacker. Watch this right here. Great explosion. Nice tackle.
And the ball advances to the 5-yard line now. Second down play, high snap. Davis throws, corner. That is almost intercepted. The official throws his flag, and Dylan Winfrey is saying, hey, I was grabbed by the guy on the offense. And I believe they're going to call defensive pass interference. See what the official has to say.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 15. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Let's see, we get a nice view. There's a little bit of contact down there. Obviously, really any league these days, they want to make it easier to score points, so it makes it much more difficult to play defense. And they're going to call a lot closer.
So Dylan Winfrey is flagged, and it's an automatic first down. Half the distance to the goal line, throw to the end zone. Winfrey there again defensively, but I think the catch is made, and it is, and that'll be a Duke City touchdown. Hauling it in is Jared Elmore for the Gladiators. And that was just a matter of who got turned around faster to spot the football, and it was the Gladiators with the touchdown.
Well, it also helps that Elmore's 6'4". You see those strong arms. They're both battling each other, but when you talk about Elmore making the catch, 6'4", 220 pounds, what a great target when you get close to the end zone.
And a great look at it on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thank you to Nova Home Loans. And the Gladiators retake the lead in a game that has seen this lead change already a handful of times here in this first half. Davis. And there might have been movement, maybe a false start on the offense.
Start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty.
I think the center was on the wrong sheet of music right there, Dale, because Davis was asking for the ball, he was begging for the ball, and I think the rest of his offensive teammates were in anticipation and just couldn't quite hold their ground.
Well, and not all penalties are created equally, Floyd. I mean, so they were going for 2 there. Now you get the penalty. You bring the extra point team on the field because of the penalty. So rather than the opportunity to score more points, you got to try and take 1 point here.
Well, remember the last time when they tried a field goal earlier in the game, it didn't work out so well. Here's the kick.
from Ernesto Lacayo. That one is up, and that one is right down the middle. So our score is Duke City 20, Arizona 16. More first half football coming up from downtown Phoenix. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Well, they just threw the flex cam up on the board here on the big screen at the Footprint Center, and I noticed with the flex cam going out there on the board that my broadcast partner Dale Hellestray, I noticed that you were greasing up your arms, oiling up. I thought they were going to throw you on the flex cam just a moment ago, Dale.
Floyd, I'm a lover, not a fighter. You know, there's a reason I didn't get the barbed wire tattoo back in my 20s, because I knew my arms eventually would look like they do now. And I'm very comfortable in my skin, and I have no business being on the flex cam.
Well, Dale, I appreciate your candor, and I got to tell you, they're having a lot of fun here at the Footprint Center.
They certainly are, and it's loud, it's fun, and we got a really weird score to a game, and who knows what's going to happen. Are they going to try and get another deuce here?
Here's a high kick from Ernesto Lacayo, fielded 8 yards deep. And it's Jamal Miles who brings it out across the 10, and he's knocked down. Good special teams tackle by Darian Primes as he came up the field to make that stop. It'll be first down for the Rattlers, and mark them down at their own 13-yard line. Well, I'm interested in the change back there fielding kicks, because we've been watching Dylan Winfrey through the first 3 games handle most of those duties, and he hasn't been back there today, Dale, and he's been highly regarded for his return yardage and his efforts this season for the Rattlers. He might have been the special teams player of the week 2 weeks ago in the IFL for his returns, but today he's not fielding those deep kicks.
And unbeknownst to us, there might be something making that happen that Coach Guy saw, and he wanted Miles to have a chance. Miles is very capable.
Yes, Jamal handled those deep kickoff duties last year for most of the year, and he is very capable. There's no doubt. He's a terrific return man. There's an incomplete pass on the near sideline, and that'll bring up second down and 10. Now, Dale, we haven't yet talked about another key injury limiting play. In fact, keeping Braxton Haley out, the great receiver for the Rattlers. He got hurt early and may have even taken an injury into last week's game that got aggravated early, and he was really ineffective the entire game, but they had to keep playing him last week. They only had 3 receivers suited up to play in last week's game, and no Braxton Haley today. Here comes some motion to the line, and they're going to try to set the screen up. Nice job, Gardner, using his blockers
extremely well, and a big gain for Jagger Gardner. Mark it as a 19-yard pickup. That's a first down for the Rattlers.
What great timing, what great blocking by the offensive line. Gardner did a nice job selling it to go back to what you were talking about before the play, the fact that, yeah, Coach Guy found out, hey, last Saturday morning you got your Peterson. He can't play. And then all of a sudden you got guys that are getting dinged up, and you have very limited numbers in the indoor football league. So if somebody goes down, it really affects you and your play calling.
The officials are going to stop play for just a moment. Our score, Duke City 20. And the Arizona Rattlers 16. And we'll get the explanation from the official.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Both the game clock and the play clock will start on my signal.
Okay, so 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the first half. The Duke City Gladiators in front of Arizona, 20-16. So no Braxton Haley today for the Rattlers. And interestingly, we haven't seen Isaiah Scott targeted very much at all today in the passing game after he showed up so much last week. I think he might have had more targets than the rest of the receiving core combined last week, and that includes the running back.
And he made the most of that opportunity.
Really did. Jamal Miles in motion. And a throw to the opposite side. Is that a catch? Diving catch. It is. Great catch. And it's the running back, Jagger Gardner, who hauls it in. He is going to be knocked down at the 11-yard line. So give him about 6 yards on the play.
Ball thrown behind him a little bit, able to reach back. Watch this catch. I mean, he makes this look pretty routine. Watch how difficult that is. Reaches back, defender on him, knows he's going to get hit. And that's what always blows my mind when I watch these receivers. There's also a dasher board there that you could run into. That's different than outdoor football.
No doubt about that. Here comes a short yardage play. Jamal Miles, he got hit low and then ran into the defensive lineman right there. That was a combo tackle, a nice one for Duke City. And we'll see where they mark him down. Looks like the 9-yard line. So that's a gain of a yard, and it'll bring up third down in about 3.5 feet.
Watch Daquan Brown come from his defensive back position. Awful aggressive.
Hey, you heard the official. It's the 1-minute warning. We've got exactly 1 minute remaining in the first half. Everybody, this time out, the Gladiators lead the Rattlers 20-16. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes.
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
A terrific 15th year of the IFL, and here in Arizona, one of the anchor tenets of the league, the Arizona Rattlers. And our broadcast brought to you in part by Nova Home Loans. Big thank you to Nova Home Loans Folks, make your plans to be there August 5th for the IFL's championship game at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson, Nevada. A wonderful facility. I tell you, that place was purpose-built, and the IFL fits perfectly in that great arena. Got to be a part of last year's big championship game broadcast. Here is the give. Looks like one of those, that slant to the left, that off tackle, only there's no tackle to speak of. There's Gardner taking it to the 5-yard line for the Rattlers. Pickup of about 4 yards on that play.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 56 seconds.
Remember, the clock in the last minute will stop after a first down is picked up to spot the ball. Then it's supposed to start again unless there's a timeout. We ran into that last week.
Yes.
And now the clock's going to start. So if Duke City doesn't call a timeout, I would not be surprised for Kevin Guy to slow this down. But now Duke City calling timeout. Again, it becomes a game of cat and mouse here in the last minute of the half in the game.
Duke City, this is their first timeout of the half. Please put 52 seconds on the game clock. Thank you.
So we're going to stay right here through the timeouts here with 49.9 seconds remaining in the first half of play. And the Rattlers doing what they can to retake the lead going into halftime. But no matter what, with a 5-yard barrier separating them from the goal line, Dale, I got to tell you, I think they're going to leave Nate Davis, no matter what, a lot of time on the clock for another possession for Duke City.
Well, they definitely could do that. And obviously, Nate Davis, one of the best quarterbacks in the indoor football league. Just to go back over real quick, I want to get this out there. You know, when you talk about the Rattlers and Reyna and Kevin Guy, and when you say next man up, well, Reyna's the next man up, and not everybody wants to be the next man up. A lot of people are going to look for a different way to go, a little easier way to go. And Jorge Reyna did not do that. He came in and challenged Powell, and now he has a chance to lead his football team to a victory.
Stretch play, give to Gardner left side. He'll cross the 5-yard line where the line of scrimmage is, and he is down at the 4, just a 1-yard pickup on the play. Second down and goal at the 4-yard line on the way.
Duke City, this is their second charge timeout of the first half.
And there it is. There's the timeout taken by Duke City with 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. So Jorge Reyna, who came in and played 8 games last year for San Diego, and if you were to multiply that by 2 and give him the projected full season of play, his stats stack up against anybody in the league last year. He really had a good year. And you just talk about this quarterback situation. In spite of that, he said, yes, I'll come into Arizona. I will compete with Drew Powell for that starting job. Now, Drew won the job, okay? But Jorge Reyna was unafraid to take on that challenge.
Well, as you look back on it, Reyna wasn't the only quarterback they called. There were a number of quarterbacks, according to Coach Guy, who turned down the opportunity to come in and compete with the MVP. And that tells you a lot about a guy. In this day and age, whether it's a transfer portal, whether it's transfer in high school, or whether it's in the IFL.
Well, Reyna will run the option, and he fakes it. Great job up the middle by Jason Serta, who was able to sniff that one right out, and he took responsibility for the quarterback and did a good job on Reyna, and he drops him all the way back at the 5-yard line. So 3rd down and goal at the 5 coming up.
So the whole question is right here.
Duke City, this is their 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
If you're Kevin Guy, do you run the football one more time? And then you're going to have 4th down, okay, if you don't score. But you can run it down. So the last play is either a field goal, a touchdown for you, or no points. It's fascinating, the last 30 seconds, 1 minute of an indoor football league game. And Coach Kevin Guy, over the last 15 years that I've been intimately involved in Arizona Rattler football, has been a master at it. Let's see what he does these last 2 downs, because as you said, you do not want, under any circumstances, to give Nate Davis 25 seconds left in the half with the football with a chance to score, because he most likely will.
And it's one of the wonderful things about the IFL, and that is that with limited time in the confines of the IFL field, with limited time, you can advance the ball quickly, you can put points on the board so quickly. It's one of the reasons we love it so much. 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Reyna steps up. He is flushed. He is going to run and somehow slips. One defender gets to the 1-yard line. Well, let's go back to your question, Dale, as the Rattlers are going to be down 4th and goal at the 1.
He did the one thing. The one thing that you can't do. The one thing that you can't do. You cannot go out of bounds and stop the clock on your own. If he goes down in the field of play, the clock runs down, Kevin Guy calls a timeout. The last play of the half will be the Rattlers. The one thing you can't do is go out of bounds. And again, learning experience. I think Kevin Guy is going to let the play clock run down a little bit, call timeout, and come up with his favorite play.
Well, let's see who made him make that decision. That was Roderick Chapman. He had the choice. Do I take on Roderick Chapman, or do I try to stay alive for a little bit more in the game?
First half.
So the Rattlers are going to take a timeout here with 25.2 seconds remaining here in half number 1. The chess match is going on. The Rattlers will have 2 timeouts remaining, though I don't think it's going to be of any consequence unless they somehow force a turnover in the last couple of seconds. They will have to surrender the ball, and it looks like they're going to leave Nate Davis and the Gladiator offense 20
with more than 20 seconds.
Yeah, it depends on if Reyna runs around a little bit.
And again, I know I've been out to Arizona Rattlers practices. They have every offensive play in their repertoire as far as what time of game are we in. 1 minute left, 30 seconds left, no timeouts for the opponent. And those are the things that you want to control that. Just dive, get on the ground. We'll call a timeout with 2 seconds left, and then I'll decide, am I kicking a field goal or am I going forward on 4th down?
Here it is, 4th down from the 1-yard line. 25 seconds left in the half. In motion, Reyna will give the other direction, and Gardner takes it in for an Arizona Rattler touchdown. The Nova Home Loans replay shows it all. That was a great play design, misdirection, run the jet sweep the other way, give it to Jagner coming back to the left side, and he got a great push up front. That's some great blocking. And the Rattlers cash it in. And Craig Peterson tacks it on. And we've got 23.7 seconds left in the first half, and Arizona back in front.
When we talk about Coach Guy challenging Jagger Gardner, that also includes the offensive line. Look at them come off the ball. They drive the defenders 3-4 yards deep into the end zone, which makes it easy on the running back to score. Tremendous job exploding off the football, getting into the end zone. Again, the one thing that I hope that the Rattlers are not going to regret is the fact there's still 23 seconds left on the clock for one of the best quarterbacks in the indoor football league.
This is where it has that kind of basketball flavor, you know? You leave a little time on the clock, and the field is compressed enough here as the basketball court is that you can move the ball quickly into some scoring opportunity and get a shot away before the buzzer sounds. And Nate Davis is like, it's like putting the ball in the hands of Chris Paul, and Devin Booker is somewhere on the court, right? That's the fun of the IFL.
Well, and there's another guy named Kevin Durant who will be roaming the Footprint Center here tomorrow too. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to be a learning moment for Reyna, and Kevin Guy will use it for that. And let's see what Duke City could do. What I'm fascinated with, if you're the Rattlers, do you onside kick this thing? Take a shot at it?
Well, they're going to squib it, and it's picked up at the 8-yard line. Broken tackle, and the tackle made near midfield. Roderick Chapman, the guy that brought it back out, he is going to take it to the 24-yard line and leave. His quarterback, Nate Davis, with 17.6 seconds.
Almost 7 seconds ran off on that play, by the way, the squib kick. And now if you're the Rattlers, your whole goal is to make a tackle in the field of play. Remember in the last minute, if I touch the dasher board, incomplete pass, I pick up a first down, the clock will stop.
So, Nate Davis will get his offense set. They cannot stop the clock without going out of bounds.
Oh boy.
And a timeout.
Kevin Guy calls a timeout. All 4 receivers.
Arizona, this is their second timeout of the first half. It is a 30-second timeout.
All 4 receivers on the far side. Kevin Guy saw his defense was not prepared for that very unusual formation. Calls a timeout, gives them a couple seconds to talk about if they come out with that again.
Well, Jagger Gardner has scored all 3 touchdowns for the Rattlers today. Remember, they added a deuce as well. They've been perfect on points after, so the lead right now for the Rattlers is 23-20 over the favored Duke City Gladiators. Duke City came in favored by 2.5 to win the game. But back on Gardner, I mentioned 3 touchdowns. Well, how about this? How about first half rushing yardage? He's got 45 yards rushing in the game on 11 carries. So he has handled the ball a lot, and he's had a first half of rushing that's been a heavier load than the Rattlers normally ask their running backs to handle. 11 carries, 45 yards, 3 touchdowns for Jagger Gardner.
He's definitely responded to the challenge.
But right now, it's Nate Davis. We'll see what this guy can do. The snap. Davis looking. Pressure coming over the middle. Wide open pass caught inside the 10. And tackle made, and it will stop the clock. There's a marker down in the middle of the field near the line of scrimmage. That was Gary Brown on the receiving end. Boy, he got wide open.
Looked like another miscommunication in the secondary.
You see Kevin Guy right there talking to one of his defensive backs. That's Jacoby Taylor. And they're going to put the ball at the 5-yard line. Time to run a couple of plays if they throw an incomplete pass.
Illegal defense. Arizona, linebacker moving forward at the snap. That penalty has been declined. Duke City has elected to have the snap start the clock.
So can they punch it in from the 5-yard line? Davis, motion. He throws to the back of the end zone, incomplete. And a marker is down, 7 seconds on the clock.
There's another game ball for the ninth man.
Pass interference, defense number 20. Since the foul occurred in the end zone, by rule the ball is spotted at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Well, I guess there's nothing in the rules about catchable ball, because we've seen two calls made on the defense on balls that were so far out of bounds, nobody could have caught those.
Well, that was called on Gatling, who had himself a heck of a game last week. Super intelligent football player. Coach Guy was gushing about him. Wants to see him continue to improve.
7 seconds left. Ball at the 2-yard line. Throw is caught. That's a Duke City touchdown. Nice catch made, and then through the opening at the back of the dasher. dasher board. And the guy on the receiving end of that catch, Jared Elmore. Jared had a bunch of Duke City fans there nearby, but he was letting the Rattler fans in that immediate vicinity back there behind the boards, he was letting them know that he came to play.
He took a seat, have himself a couple snacks.
Yeah.
Then he got Kyle Lester coming over and joining him, and all those people down there. They pay premium money for those nice seats.
And the snacks as well. Here's a throw, and that's going to be out of bounds, incomplete on the 2-point try for Duke City, who have retaken the lead now, 26-23. And so now the Gladiators will kick it, I would imagine, if they don't decide it's a nice time for a deuce. I would imagine, Dale, that they're gonna kick a line drive, a squib kick, and try to get that clock moving and prevent a good return. But pretty much the Rattlers have to do it on the return right now.
Always interesting to see how aggressive a coach is going to be. And I would imagine a squib kick. We saw 6 seconds or so run off when the Rattlers did it. And I think if you're Duke City, that's what you want to do here. You might want to take a shot at a deuce. But a squib kick going to halftime up by 3. And I think you're pretty happy with the first half.
Nate Davis, after the pass to Jared Elmore, is 7 out of 10 for 81 yards in the game and 3 touchdowns. You know what the over-under is on this game, Dale? It's right there on the scoreboard, by the way, on the scoring graphic on our broadcast.
Oh, it is?
The over-under is 104.5. 104.5.
So that doesn't look good, does it? There's some defense being played tonight.
So they're under the pace, that's for sure.
When I went to SMU, I didn't get a master's degree in anything.
Here comes the kick, and that is going to go out of bounds. And the Rattlers will have it at the 20-yard line, so they'll have 3.9 seconds to see what they can get thrown downfield.
By rule, the ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down, Arizona.
So this at the 25-yard line, not the 20.
And I think that's one of the nuances of that deuce rule, the fact that the first deuce comes out to the 20-yard, first missed deuce comes out to the 20-yard line, and thereafter comes out to the 25-yard line. So you're at midfield. You got one snap to throw in the end zone, or looks like the Rattlers might decide to go ahead and kick a field goal.
Well, they can get themselves into a first half tie by doing so. Well within Craig Peterson's reach, by the way. He can boom it well beyond this 42-yard range. But remember the narrow pipes, and we'll see what Craig can do. Snap and hold. The kick is on the way, and the kick is wide to the right. That was Jorge Reyna who's holding. And it looked like a pretty good hold. Just pushed out to the right just a bit. Braxton Haley, by the way, not active today, is the normal holder for Arizona. But again, I think Jorge did a fine job. Let's throw it down to Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, offensively, you told me you wanted to get your running game going tonight. How would you assess how you've done?
We've done okay on the run game. You know, we're running way too many plays. Put ourselves in a hole. We had 2 turnovers to start the game. Our defense came out and got a stop. You know, but they got the ball coming out. So they're up 3 there. We missed the opportunity right here. So we just got to keep playing and see if we can execute and make a play. Right now, our backside corners aren't doing a good job at all.
What do you need to see more from your defense?
Stops. Yeah, stops.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Kevin Guy, the head coach of the Arizona Rattlers, and his team unable to tie it with that field goal try to close out the half. So Duke City will take a 26-23 lead into halftime. A physical first half, and a lot of fun
from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, everybody. It's halftime. We'll be back to break it down for you in just a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes.
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able to help raise funds for local charities and schools. We've had opportunities to rightfully honor the first responders, the military, teachers, and other heroes of our communities. Our primary focus has been and will continue to be the youth in our local schools and programs. Our players have worked with them on the field of play, read with them in the classroom, and simply spent time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
We're back into the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, everybody, for this broadcast on the Indoor Football League's YouTube channel, as well as WTSM TV, our broadcast partner streaming live TV for you of the Arizona Rattlers. Welcome back in, Floyd Simmons and Dale Hellestray. And here at halftime, Duke City 26, Arizona 23. The Rattlers with an opportunity to close out the half to get a field goal and perhaps go in with a little brighter outlook. But considering the injuries, considering the difficulties they've had in so many other non-normal on-the-field football ways, this Rattlers team is battling, scrapping hard, and playing some pretty good football. They came in, Dale Hellestray, turned the ball over on their first 2 possessions. A fumble lost, an interception thrown. No turnovers for Duke City today. I got to feel like the Rattlers, they must think that that's a moral victory. Is there such a thing for Kevin Guy, a moral victory? You turn it over twice, you're losing that battle, but you're still right there into the game here at halftime.
You know, I think you look at the entirety of the first half and you came out with a young team, a backup quarterback, and turn the ball over twice. There's 2 ways you can go. You can tuck tail and run, or you can say, we're going to fight our tails off and come back. And they did just that. And I think, again, that sends a message to the entirety of the team, to the coaching staff, whether we're young, middle-aged, or not. Guess what? No matter what we're facing, whatever the adversity is, we're going to fight through it as a football team. Started off 3 or 4 of the first 5 snaps were on the ground, and Rain is having to fight through that, through coverages, and you're talking about going against one of the best quarterbacks in the indoor football league, and yet they found a way to dig out of that hole and almost tie this game at halftime.
The defense has made a couple of plays. No takeaways yet for Arizona, but they did get a big stop there in the first half. They got the benefit of a bad Gladiators snap on a field goal try, and were able to get a stop there. And again, here at halftime, 26-23, Duke City leads the Arizona Rattlers coming into the game. The Rattlers with a 1-2 record, Duke City at 2-1. Obviously, the Rattlers want to get back in their winning ways as soon as possible. And remember, the last time they went 1-2 back in 2017, they did win the Indoor Football League championship. So I guess there is that to consider, though, in our pregame discussion with Coach Kevin Guy. He didn't think too fondly of any comparisons there. And obviously not a lot of superstition with Coach Guy. He's interested in the here and the now and what this team has to do to get back to winning football.
Well, what I've talked to him before, at the end of the day, you win the championship, it's your choice as a franchise. Do we want to put our record on there or not? You could just say we are the Indoor Football League champions, whether we lost 2, 3, or 4 games. And sometimes a team like this, a young team, that, faces adversity, it will pay off as the season goes along. I've heard Coach Guy say it more than once. Things have come easy to this franchise. A lot of times, 6-0, 8-0, just rolling along, and then the adversity hits late and they're not used to it. This year it's hitting early.
Also remember this, that coming into the game, these two teams have faced each other a total of 7 times over their history, and the Rattlers have never lost a game to Duke City. It's an opportunity for the Gladiators, and we'll see if the Rattlers have something in the second half to prevent that first victory for the Gladiators over the Rattlers. Meanwhile, we'll take a timeout. It's halftime in Phoenix, and we'll continue our breakdown here at halftime in just a few moments. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able to help raise funds for local charities and schools. We've had opportunities to rightfully honor the first responders, the military, teachers, and other heroes of our communities. Our primary focus has been and will continue to be the youth in our local schools and programs. Our players have worked with them on the field of play, read with them in the classroom, and simply spent time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Got a limited greatness inside of me. Greatness.
How about that? Great piece of media work from the Arizona Rattlers media team. You see their great work on their social media pages. And right there, a demonstration of what they can do and what this team has done for 30 years, the decades of dominance. The Arizona Rattlers have been the all-time winningest in terms of championships, winningest professional sports franchise in Arizona history. Congratulations to the Arizona Rattlers on 6 world championships. And you can bet they're going to do everything they can to play for another one, a 7th here in the 2023 season. The championship game for the IFL will be played on August 5th in Henderson, Nevada. As far as the schedule for the Rattlers goes, well, next Saturday they go to Frisco, Texas, take on the Fighters. And then they will follow that up 2 weeks from today by going to a brand new team in the league this year, to Tulsa, the Tulsa Oilers. That'll be April 29th. Then it's a bye week for the Rattlers before they travel to the Vegas Nighthawks on Saturday, May 13th. And then finally, after that big 3-game road trip and the bye sandwiched in between 2 of those games, they finally come home on May 20th. They'll be back here at the Footprint Center to take on the Northern Arizona Wranglers in a rematch of last year's conference championship game. Let's throw it down to Sandy Charles and Coach Kevin Guy.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, you told me you wanted to see more from your players tonight. Jagger Gardner, 3 touchdowns. What have you been able to see from Gardner?
Well, he's been running hard. You know, a couple of times he tried to cut back. You can't do that on this field. That's just youth and him learning the game. But in a short yardage situation in this game, the field's so short, you got to hit it and get what you can get. So that's just a learning curve for him. But I think he's been doing a pretty good job for us tonight.
As a whole, what did you tell your team?
Well, we got to bow up. You know, somebody's got to make a play. And, you know, just one stop's not going to get it. We got to bow up this half. We got to play. We got to execute. And we just got to keep playing. We can't get down. We got adversity right now in our locker room with all the injuries. And you know what? We just got to keep fighting. And sooner or later, that worm will turn.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Sandy, thank you for that. And well, I mean, Coach Guy is, you know, at some point, Dale, the talking ends and the performance has to begin on the field. And I feel like when I'm hearing his responses to the questions that Coach Guy believes his guys, his team has something a little bit more to give than what we've seen so far. And they're going to have to show that in the second half of this one here. By the way, in spite of a 2-loss situation right now, in spite of that, this crowd is here. We've got sections in the upper part of the bowl opened at the Footprint Center. The Rattler fans are out here in force, and they are ready for their team to have a big second half.
Well, they are. And what I always love about Coach Kevin Guy is he doesn't mince words. I mean, yeah, Gardner had a good first half. He believes he can do better. And there's so many little nuances to this game. I think he's taking it as a challenge. In the Arena Football League, they had a veteran football team. They just kind of just trotted the same guys out year after year. They were good. They knew it, and they won football games. Now, you got young guys. You got to coach them. You got to indoctrinate them. Like, can you make them in your image, which is what he's trying to do.
And here's the opening kickoff for the second half. This one, a deuce try, and it's good. The second time today that Craig Peterson has nailed it.
that's not Coach Kevin Guy taking a glance over at the Duke City sideline saying, hey, deuce for deuce. Deuce for deuce. You want to do that? We can do that too. Understand how narrow those uprights are. Tremendous kick.
Yeah, that was a terrific job by Craig Peterson. The second time today, he's been able to hit the two-pointer, and we are within one now on the scoreboard. It's Duke City 26, Arizona 25.
That hit 3/4 of the way up the net. That had another 15 yards on it.
Yeah, there's not a kick that Craig Peterson can't make in this league, that's for sure. The Gladiators swing it out, and the pass is caught, and then the tackle is made. And making that catch is Gary Brown. Brown with the football. And for Duke City, a 5-yard gain.
Again, interesting, after the first couple series, the Rattlers changed things up just a little bit against this Duke City offense, and they've gotten Nate Davis a little bit out of his rhythm. Who's going to win that battle? Can they keep him off rhythm, or will Duke City get him back in rhythm?
And the ball is going to go to the running back. They'll keep it on the ground here with Dalton James carrying, and he takes it to the 12-yard line. Gain of 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Gladiator offense.
What a tremendous job by Merriweather right there. Taking on the pulling guard, Kyle Lester, 6'5", 322 pounds, and Merriweather said, the heck with body safety, I'm coming up, and I'm going to try and make a tackle, breaks the play up.
Nate Davis lines up the Gladiator offense on 3rd down. A marker down late near the line of scrimmage. Catch is made for an apparent first down. If it stands, it'll be a gain of 7 on the play on a completed pass for Duke City. Xavier Amy is the guy that made the catch.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Justin Thomas not in his stance as a defensive end.
Offsides, defense, number 95. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
And there's nothing worse than they called it on Chris Terrell, number 95, but down at the bottom of your screen, it's actually number 91, who is the one who moved. Nothing worse than you didn't commit the penalty, but they call it on you.
And I think Ulrich Jones was letting his team.
They could have called it on a couple different guys.
Like, hey, it was you, man. All right, first down play, ball at the 19-yard line. Duke City's own 19. And here comes the throw, right side, and pretty well defended by Devontae Merriweather. It's incomplete into the boards as we throw it to Sandy.
Thanks, Floyd. And number 93, Ulrich Jones, you've mentioned him just a second ago. He's the one out on this field going side to side, getting all the fans hyped. I spoke with Rattler head coach Kevin Guy about Jones, and he said he's the leader on this defensive line. It's something that they've been missing. Coaches had to play leader to this defensive line, but now with Jones out there, he's the leader, and Coach Guy relies on him. You see him right now getting the fans hyped up.
And you know what? When you talk about Jones, just following up there on Sandy's story, the fact that most defensive linemen by nature are not leaders. They're playmakers and they're athletes. And so when you have that playmaking ability and you're a defensive lineman, it's definitely a bonus.
Markers are down at the snap.
Ball start, offense, number 12. 5-yard penalty, Second down.
So the Rattlers are getting a little bit, getting some
yards
excitement going and getting the fans involved, and that's going to march back the Gladiator offense inside their own 15-yard line. It will be second down and 15.
I always questioned guys who were so demonstrative during a game. I was always a conserver of energy. I just wanted to block my guy. I hope he thought he played well. I'll pat him on the rear end, walk off the field, and he can watch film tomorrow. Boy, that was a lot of energy right there by Jones using.
Did you have one of those watches counting your steps?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Here's a pass, and that one's going to go into the third row incomplete. Where's the flag? I'm looking for the flag. It was uncatchable. No, maybe I should lay off a little, right?
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Well, and as far as those watches, Floyd, I played back in the dark ages. Leather helmets and single barred face masks.
That's when you had to hire a personal assistant with one of those clickers.
Oh, yeah.
Count them up for you. Well, that goes incomplete, ball out of bounds. And as it does, outside of the final minute of each half, the clock continues to count down. And one of the reasons, again, you love indoor football so much, fast-paced action. And we're down to 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Davis steps up with pressure and has a man at the 20-yard line. Well done. Needed 15 and got 16 to Gary Brown.
Yeah, Brown, tremendous job. Pressure right up the middle. Davis steps up, not able to follow through on the throw, but got the ball to Gary Brown. Brown able to catch it over the middle and pick up a first down.
And two receivers in the same spot. You know that was a miscommunication, but the Rattler defense couldn't take advantage. Pump it and throw. Deep, and that's to nobody. And it is incomplete over the top of the defense. The clock will continue to count down. Second down and 10. The ball at the 20-yard line of Arizona. Big thank you to Nova Home Loans, presenting sponsors of our replay package here on our broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. And it's Duke City 26, Arizona 25 in this one. The Rattlers taking advantage of a pair of deuces by Craig Peterson. He nailed two of them in the game. Davis throws to the right side, and that goes into the stands. Incomplete, and Jared Elmore, is that Elmore the intended receiver? I think it was, and he was, I think, suggesting to the official that the fan obstructed his ability to catch the ball on the sideline.
Well, isn't that part of being a fan? And remember, in the indoor football league, you're those first couple rows. It's like a foul ball. This is a souvenir. You're a fan. Make the officials make a call.
Pretty good defensive play.
Yeah, you knock the ball loose. Now he's going to see himself on TV and go, I should have caught the ball, the fan, and he lost it.
But he's also going to show up in the in the stats with a pass defended.
That's a movement.
Yeah, the left guard moved early on the play, and the guy that's going to be flagged is Kyle Lester.
Kyle Lester been very vocal and demonstrative last couple plays.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty, third down.
One thing you need to understand, if you're Kyle Lester, you're 6'5", 322 pounds. If you burp, you're going to get called for offsides. Just a little bit of a slide there. They see 325 pounds.
Yeah, it's hard to get away with that. And if you move just a little bit, you're not stopping either. You know, you put the brakes on, but boy, I tell you, you're just going to go a little bit extra distance on that. Under 9 minutes on the clock in the third quarter. Tight game. And it looks like we're going to, at this pace, we are going to finish well below the over-under of 104.5 for the game. Gladiators by 1, and Nate Davis to throw. Deep, down the middle, come back to it, and that's incomplete. And defensively, Jacoby Taylor was back there for the Rattlers to help make that play. And narrowly did avoid contact for an interference flag.
Watch the pressure here on Nate Davis. Brightwell right in his face, can't step into the throw, has to throw off his back foot. Coach Guy changing up what the Rattlers do each and every snap, and Duke City not sure what's coming. Is it zone? Is it man? Is it pressure? Is it coverage? Nice job there. Again, trying your best to confuse maybe the best quarterback in the league in Nate Davis.
And now the defense forces a field goal try. Ernesto Lacayo, 32-yard field goal attempt. Plenty of leg. And the kick is going to go left. It sails left. The kick is no good for Duke City. And the Rattlers have come up with a big stop. We're going to take a timeout, everybody.
Timeout.
Flip the field a little bit. 7:42 on the clock, third quarter, 26-25, the Gladiators. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Back into it, everybody. At the 7:42 mark of the third quarter, Duke City 26, Arizona 25. The Rattlers coming up with a stop. Well, I'll say this, that even had the Gladiators converted on the field goal try, in Kevin Guy's mind, that's still a stop.
Yes, it is.
He'd much rather surrender a field goal to the touchdown any day of the week, and he feels like the data bears out that works in your favor every single time, because he knows his offense can get into the end zone.
Well, now think about the second half. You kick a deuce to start the second half. You make a complete stop. I know you used to call them half a stop, but complete stop. Now your offense has the ball back, and you're sitting here 1 point behind.
Reyna, a lot of time to throw, will step up and run, and breaks the tackle at the 20-yard line, and he'll go down at midfield for a big Rattlers gain. Call that 21 yards on the pickup by an unlikely suspect in the rushing game. There's Jorge Reyna coming up big for the Rattlers.
Well, we saw his toughness last week. He took a bunch of shots. Nobody open, didn't panic. Runs the football. I'm good with 5. I'm good with 10. Run through an arm tackle. You know, you talk about Reyna and his physical ability. We know he can throw the football, but he's 6 foot 200 pounds. Very thick through the middle.
And a big thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting replay sponsor on that great look. Here is Isaiah Scott. Nice little shimmy move after hauling it in. He'll be shy of the first down. And I do think a Gladiator player will stay down for a moment. That'll be a gain of 8 yards. And the guy that is slow in getting up is Daquan Brown for the Gladiators.
Little inadvertent helmet to helmet there as Brown lowered his helmet and came together. I think Brown's going to be okay, but got stunned there for a little bit. Again, ball comes out on time, makes somebody miss, gain a yard. You see the contact right there. Nothing intentional on either player's part, but you pick up 9 yards, and now the entire playbook is open.
Yeah, Daquan left the field, and he looked pretty good getting off the field. He was pretty much in a full stride there. Greg Hancock will replace him, at least for the moment, on that defense for the Gladiators. 2 yards to gain, and a lot of time to throw, and nearly intercepted. Jorge had an ocean of green on the left side there. Could have ran for the first down. I believe he would have outraced the defensive lineman in pursuit for that. Instead, it's nearly picked up by Zachary Hannibal, and the Rattlers get away with one there.
I think with a little more experience, he'll realize he's got to put a little air into that ball. I'm more concerned with, I think Coach Guy's more concerned with. Reyna comes limping over to Kevin Guy. Looked like something with his right hip, knee, ankle. Sandy's telling us in our ears it looked like he rolled. Something happened at the end of the play, and Sandy, being much younger than us, can see better than we did.
Yeah, he got back pretty quick to the huddle, so we'll see how he fares here on 3rd down and 2. Little roll left. It opens up on the right. He's got the first down, and he's going to go inside the 5-yard line. Well, Jorge Reyna's legs. I mean, Drew Pell is the master at all of that, but that's a 12-yard gain for Jorge Reyna.
He looked like Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell would always look like his last carry of his life. He walked back to the huddle, and then he'd burst off, tackle for another large gain, limping back to the sideline of the huddle, and yet still being able to pick up the first down.
You just don't expect Reyna to be the guy, carrying the running game. And by the way, we haven't seen Jagger Gardner with a tote of the ball yet in the second half after that big 40-plus yard rushing first half. They fake the flip. Reyna throws it to the front corner of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Isaiah Scott. Nope. He was looking for Jamal Miles there in that corner. It's incomplete. Hey, Sandy, how about Jorge Reyna? Look at the guy running up and down the field.
Yeah, he's putting those defenders on his skates. Floyd, interesting. We talked to Coach Guy about Reyna. He said you're going to see him grow from last week to this week. I think we're seeing that. We're seeing him run more. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I mean, and he's come out here in this half, and for whatever reason, Jagger Gardner's not getting the touches. He does line up flanking the quarterback, and I don't know, maybe Coach Guy said, we'll go the other way. We'll let the quarterback have an opportunity. Fakes it, keeps it. Reyna to the 5-yard line. And actually ends up losing at least a yard on the play. Didn't get the forward progress I think he was entitled to. He is marked back at the 6-yard line, so 2 yards lost on the play. And it will be 3rd down and goal for the Rattlers. Well, I think Jorge's getting a little bit tired is the issue here now. That's a lot of running for a guy that isn't known to get the sprint going.
Well, it was obviously a little option play there. And Mr. Darren Primes introduced himself to Mr. Gardner. And so you talk about your quarterback, Reyna, doing the correct thing, keeping the football, but he was not able to gain positive yards.
Empty backfield for Jorge, and he'll try to throw it out here on the near side.
I think we're getting
Jamal
illegal defense.
Incomplete to Miles, and we'll see what the official has to say about the call.
I'm not sure how that can be against Rattlers.
Illegal defense, Duke City, number 26. In the belt, not mirroring. That penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. Replay, 3rd down.
Take a look on the Nova Home Loans replay right there. I didn't see it, but perhaps you did, Dale.
Well, we're learning new terms.
Yeah.
Even Coach Guy, we asked him about the alley. I've never heard of a horse collar's legal anywhere. I don't care if it's on a public street or on a football field. And now we're hearing this term, and so now they're discussing it, and maybe that's a term they just made up. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. But it should give the Rattlers another down.
In the belts, not mirroring is what the call was.
No. Well, my belt's not mirroring because you can't see my belt in the mirror.
You're just assuming there's a belt in
there.
there.
There is no foul for an illegal defense. The defender was lined up 5 yards from the 6-yard line and was standing at the 1-yard line. Therefore, there is no foul. The result of the play was an incomplete pass. It is 4th down.
Wow.
So,
wow.
One official says, this is what I saw, and they talk it over, and then they announce the results of that discussion. And then another official says, well, wait a minute. I have a different angle. Nobody asked him. There was no challenge flag. And he decided I think I've got a better idea. Okay.
I'm not a blame the official guy. I used to be in my younger, more impatient years. But, boy, oh boy, these last 2 weeks, not been good for the Rattlers and the officials.
And I'm going to just say, I hope at least they got it right. Here's a field goal try from Craig Peterson from 22 yards out. He's able to just fit it right inside that left upright. The kick is good for the Rattlers. They take the lead here in the third quarter. 2:47 on the clock, everybody. Arizona 28, Duke City 26. Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes.
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
It has been the decades of dominance with the Arizona Rattlers, 30 years of outstanding football and the experiences for these great Rattlers fans. I got to say this, if you have not yet caught the virus that is Arizona Rattlers
fan. Oh, that's a bad term.
Fandom. You might want to get out here on the ASAP, get to the arena, buy a ticket, get down here, and I'll tell you, I mean, once you start, you're never going back. You will be a Rattlers fan for life.
The one thing I can tell you, Ron, Floyd, is the fact that most franchises, I'd say 99% of them, they reflect their ownership. The Arizona Rattlers that have been owned by tremendous owners. Ron Schertz will spare no expense to put the product on the field as we go for another deuce. And here's yet another example of a great field, great stadium, and great players.
Kick out of bounds, Arizona. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down, Duke City.
And the owner, obviously, is the guy who kind of sets the tone for the franchise. You won't find anyone better than Ron Schertz.
That kick sails wide left on the deuce try. And right after we get this first play from scrimmage on first down and 10 at midfield for Nate Davis and team, we'll get a chance to hear from a guy that has had a great game so far in this one for the Rattlers. We're going to talk to Craig Peterson right after we watch Nate Davis run this first down play with the Gladiators. Davis will have three receivers on the right, including Jared Elmore in the slot. He'll go in motion to the line. And Davis looking to throw, steps up, throws across. Contact made on a catch, an apparent catch by Elmore, but there are also multiple markers down. And while they sort that out, let's let Sandy talk with Craig Peterson down there on the field.
Thanks, Floyd. Craig, you were going for the third deuce. What happened on that kick?
It's too big of a swing. You know, it's like a 9-9 every time. I got the leg to hit it, just nice and smooth every time, like the first two. And, you know, we'll get another one this game. Trust me.
How much fun is this new rule?
I love it. You know, coming from the NAL, you know, I was able to go for it pretty much every time. So now that I'm getting a green light tonight from the coaching staff, it's a lot more fun now. So we'll get another one for the fans and for this team, and hopefully come out with this win.
Awesome. Thank you.
Craig the Leg Peterson right there. He is quite a character as well. And
You know when you talk about exactly what he said there, Floyd, the fact that like a 9-iron, kicking's like a golf swing. He's got the leg. When he overswings, you're going to pull it on the golf course. You're going to pull it on the football field. He knows what he did wrong. He'll correct it. I'm excited to see him have another opportunity.
Handoff and a great defensive play by Devontae Merriweather coming downhill from the get-go. And was that Eric Swiftwater on the carry? I believe it was, and he got knocked down for a short gain.
That's about the fourth time tonight we've seen Merriweather holding his left shoulder a little bit, coming out of the secondary like he was shot out of a cannon. You know, you sit here looking at Devontae Merriweather's listed at 6 foot, 200 pounds, plays like he's about 225 and not afraid of contact. Came up and filled that alley very physically.
2nd down and 8 now. The ball at the 12-yard line of Arizona. Fake the flip, throw back the other way, and a great defensive play by Jacoby Taylor. Undercut it and knocked it away. He was unfazed by the misdirection and the look left by the quarterback. Gary Brown was the intended receiver, but that's incomplete.
Well, and he's looking at himself going, I could have intercepted that. Look at him undercut it. Instead of just knocking it down, he had an opportunity to catch that football. I think he thought, I'm trailing a little bit too much. I'm just going to pat the ball down, but he could have intercepted that and been off to the races.
Nate Davis brings them out. They break the huddle. Wide side of the field, the left side, and that's where the motion is. Davis looks that direction, throws, and there is a crowd. 3 defenders, 2 receivers, and a touchdown reception. Duke City hauls it in. And Jared Elmore has the points for his Gladiator teammates.
Yeah, again, you look at Elmore, 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a quarterback's best friend down in that red zone area. Just throw the ball high and see if he can't go up and get it, going up against Gatling. I mean, Gatling, a tremendous athlete, competitor. He's 5 foot 10 inches tall. And you're going up against Elmore, who's 6'4" by my math, SMU or otherwise. You're talking a half a foot difference in size between the two.
Craig James, Eric Dickerson. That's all I know about it, SMU. And I'm a big...
And Dale Hellestray?
And Dale Hellestray.
My goodness.
Thank you. My bad. My bad. I love Eric Dickerson, I'll tell you that. Here's an early jump by the right guard. That is going to be a false start on the offense. The guy that moved was Josiah Hunter.
You do realize, Floyd.
Yes.
That without Dale Hellestray.
Yes.
You very well may never have heard of Eric Dickerson.
Did you
realize
did you block for Eric?
I did. I made him who he is today.
Really? Well,
I had a little piece to do with it.
I didn't realize that, Dale. So you were up there on that offensive line.
Defense offsides, number 94.
Defense?
The offsides cause the offense to come out of his stance. Therefore, the extra point did not count. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal, and the try will be played.
That sounds like my older sons when they were young, when the one guy would get beat up by the other guy. It was always the guy that got beat up that made the other guy beat him up.
They're talking now. I don't think I mean, come on. Come on. The offensive lineman jumped. They moved it simultaneously.
It really was, wasn't it?
They moved simultaneously. You always blame it on the offense. Except for tonight. Now they're going to explain it. I remember last week the league and Kevin Guy had an issue. They called him. They sorted it out. League apologized.
Just going, hey Sandy, what's happening? You're nearby the situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of confusion, and definitely on the Rattlers side, everyone was getting pretty heated. And Dale, like you were mentioning last week, it was Coach Guy getting heated. Well, Coach Guy tonight was the one calming everyone down. He was using his hands and saying, calm down, and then he went and talked to the refs.
All right, Kevin Guy, the voice of reason here at the end of this third quarter. Keep his guys centered the best that he can, and we're going to replay that play. Is that what I'm hearing?
We are, but they moved the football closer to the goal line, so probably going for 2, I would imagine. Is what I'm guessing right here without any announcement, but yet I don't think the officials really know what's going on just yet anyways.
Well, with 4 points separating them, making it even 6 if you can get the 2-point conversion.
I mean, even Kevin Guy's like, let's go, run the play. I don't know what you're discussing. You made the call, spot the ball, run the play.
Well, we'll find out. The official going to address this one more time, I think. Well, maybe not. He certainly looked poised to make another announcement. He did not, and this untimed down to close out the third quarter will play again. It's an untimed down because of the point after. And now the officials, I think they finally got things straightened out. That was a great opportunity, by the way, for Fred Griggs, the head coach. I mean, he was in the huddle with his teammates, with his team forever. He could have read them a nice short story during that whole time. Final play of the third quarter is this point after try for the Gladiators, who have retaken the lead. They'll motion them on the left side, and the quarterback runs the option. Flip out, and that'll be a successful point after a try for the Gladiators. Eric Swiftwater, the guy that is able to take it in.
That is the end of the third quarter.
After the flip. So the third quarter does end. It's Duke City 34, Arizona 28. We're back with the fourth quarter, everybody. So don't leave your seats. This is Arizona Rattlers football, and the fourth quarter is up next.
Change your course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
We're back, everybody. Phoenix, Arizona, the site of this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Thank you to our great sponsoring partners like Nova Home Loans, the exclusive presenting replay sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. Nate Davis has engineered another successful scoring opportunity for the Gladiators. They stand at 34-28 over the Rattlers right now going into this fourth quarter. And Davis for the game, 14 out of 22 throwing the football. 64% completions, 155 yards, 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns for Nate Davis. He has not turned the ball over today, and he's got a quarterback rating of 197.8. So Nate Davis,
Are you sure it's 197 point? Because I had it 197.6.
Yeah. Well, that's SMU.
Are you sure?
Talking right there. I reject. We'll get the fourth quarter underway, and that's Ernesto Lacayo sending it away for Duke City, and he is going to come up shy of the deuce and a little too deep, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona with
Duke City. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line. First down, Arizona.
So it'll be good field position for Jorge Reyna and the Arizona Rattlers. And so 197.8 is what I mentioned for you. How about we find out what Jorge Reyna's day has looked like so far? He is 10 out of 16 for 74 yards. He has not thrown a touchdown today, did throw that one interception, and his quarterback rating is 88.9.
And yet you're looking at a 6-point ball game with being able to take the lead with the touchdown on this drive starting the fourth quarter.
And I kind of hope that you took the under on this one tonight. It was 104.5. Pass caught by Isaiah Scott, and he's going to have the first down. That goes inside the 15, mark him at the 14. 11 yards the gain on the play. And for Jorge Reyna, that's completion number 11 of the game. 85 yards passing.
What great vision by Scott. I'd only pray for vision like this. Sees the defender coming from his left, able to sidestep him, gain another couple yards, and more importantly, not take a huge shot.
Those Twins receivers out on the boundary, far left side. And that may open up the middle. They're throwing that direction. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Isaiah Houston.
Wow. What a throw, what a route. Immediately Houston beats the defender. Watch how accurate this ball is thrown. Bam, great protection. That's the type of play that you draw up and you only hope can come to fruition on the football field.
He was thrown there the entire way. They set that up for Isaiah Houston as we watch the point after try. And that's going to be good for Craig Peterson. So our score, Arizona 35 and the Duke City Gladiators 34. That score they flashed up there, that's wrong. That is backwards, but a touchdown for the Rattlers to start this fourth quarter. Let's go down to Sandy.
Thanks, Floyd. Yes, Isaiah Houston, a local boy. Again, this is his first game back. He does have a wrap. He is playing with a brace. But I spoke with his high school head football coach, Boulder Creek head coach Anthony Casarelli. I just wanted to get an idea of what type of player Houston is, and he said he's always electric, very electric talent. He's very passionate about football. He loves the game. He's so technical. But on the field, you're going to see big playability, very smooth, very quick, especially when you get out in space like we just saw.
Isaiah Houston also has, he's come back from a very serious injury. I don't know how many people know this, but when he was at Arizona Christian University, he came down on a football awkwardly in practice once and suffered severe internal injuries from it. I don't know if it was a lacerated spleen or what it was, but it required surgery, and it was a very serious injury that he had to battle back from, and he did. And Isaiah Houston still playing football after all that, and what a nice pass and catch from Jorge Reyna to Isaiah for that score.
You saw everything come together. This offensive line, we haven't mentioned it much. Floyd, fact is they're doing a heck of a job pass protecting for Reyna. They're running the football a little bit, so you don't mention them. Reyna doing a nice job conducting this offense, and now let's see if this defense can get one of those stops.
And that's a good return coming together. There's a marker down right at the tackle. And the guy that did bring it back out there, Roderick Chapman, will get knocked down right near midfield, but it looks like it's going to come back.
That's about a 23-yard flag throw by the official.
It's got the
return. holding return team number 10. That penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's them weighted beanbags.
Well, watch the flag come out, hopefully from your right side. It's a 23-yard flag throw that hits somebody, I believe. We're not going to see it right there, but I think sometimes the officials take it upon themselves to, how far can I heave this flag with a little ball bearings in the bottom of it?
Normally it's how high can I throw it, but this time he was going for distance, right? At 12:49 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Arizona by 1. They fake it. A little crossbuck action in the backfield, and almost a chance to break free for a big gain. Eric Swiftwater, the carry on the play. 6'3", 235. Listed as a receiver. We've seen him run the ball from scrimmage a number of times today. He gains 3 yards on that play.
Really nice job by Ulrich Jones there from his nose tackle position. Again, I don't know how you play nose tackle at 6'7" tall, but able to fight off the block, wrap him up, didn't get him on the ground, but allowed his buddies to come and finish off the tackle. Great effort by the nose guard.
Hey, thank you to Nova Home Loans for their sponsorship of Arizona Rattlers football. Together we got this. There's Nova Home Loans for you. 12 minutes remaining in regulation. A narrow Rattlers lead, and there's another give and a big hit in the middle. Is that Brightwell stepping up?
That is Mr. Brightwell. Hello.
Eric Swiftwater on the carry, and as quickly as he gained forward momentum, he went back the other direction.
What's the physicality of Brightwell right here? No hesitation, bam! Right there. I mean, that needs to go on a video clip of how you form tackle. Watch him lower his shoulder, bending at the knees, helmet in his pads. Tremendous physical job by Brightwell.
And a great look on the Nova Home Loans replay. 3 yards. Picked up the first 2 plays in the series. 3rd down and 7, and that's incomplete, but a marker is down. And Ulrich Jones says that's on the offense. We'll see about that.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 16. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
You know, it's a situation where you almost would rather have had him not false start, right? Right, to bring up 4th down and just one chance to gain the 1st down. That'll be a 5-yard mark off and replay 3rd down.
But I was interested in, I'd love to ask Jones, how did you know the number 16 was offside? He's out on the perimeter. We're talking about Swiftwater. How'd you see a receiver moving when you're looking straight at the center?
The eye sees everything.
Young eyes.
3rd down and 12 for Duke City. Big opportunity. Can the Rattlers get another stop on this series? They're going to bring Brightwell up the middle. Markers are down. Is that a delay? I wasn't watching the play clock.
Well, you got to think it's against the offense.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, number 8. Penalty will be half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Again, remember you're dealing with Nate Davis, so you can keep on marking back these 5-yarders. This is a guy that's capable of, in 2 opportunities like he's got, he can get that 1st down for you all day.
No doubt about it.
The defense has got to step up right here.
Again, I've been around Kevin Guy for a lot of years. I've not heard him heap praise on an opposing quarterback quite like he does Nate Davis and his accuracy.
Have not heard Gary Brown's name called, his receiver who caught some big balls early in the first half. We'll see where he goes with the ball. Davis off the back foot throws on the break outside. Gary Brown on the receiving end. Yeah, you had to look for the guy. And Gary able to haul it in. That'll be a 1st down and a gain, I believe, of 18 yards on that play. Big pickup for the Gladiators.
Great, accurate throw off his back foot as the Rattlers bring a little bit of a blitz, put pressure in his face. And, you know, Floyd, I'm a little jealous. You're trying to take my Nostradamus moniker away. And I know you haven't brought it up again. You just said, yeah, Dale's, I don't know him well enough for how smart he is. But nice call there. They found him.
Well, every once in a while, blind squirrel, all that stuff.
I hear you.
9:44 remaining in regulation. Quick throw. The turnaround 5 yards into the pattern. And again, Gary Brown with the ball and another first down, 12 yards this time for the Gladiators. They take this to the Arizona, about the 17-yard line. Arizona by 1 here in this fourth quarter. And Coach Griggs giving the call in to Nate Davis.
This almost has the feel of an outdoor football game. These are long, sustained drives. These aren't two-hitters, one-hitters. I mean, I don't keep track. It's 4th, 5th, 6th play of this drive. Clock's running. They're down under 12 seconds now, and they're in no rush.
The Rattlers had an opportunity, didn't they? They had that 3rd and very long, but again, Nate Davis, he converted. Here's the give. And everybody there defensively. Simeon Brightwell leading the way on a tackle of Eric Swiftwater, who just could find no quarter anywhere. Great defensive play, loss of about a yard on the play.
Well, what I get such a kick out of, I got to tell you, this offensive line for Duke City has been very vocal, demonstrative, and yet at certain times they have not been very successful. That was Simpson, 300-pound offensive lineman, number 65, who had a difficult time trying to block the nose tackle Jones.
Yeah, got to give Uric Jones his due on that tackle. Pump fake right, throw left, that's batted down. At the line of scrimmage, the guy that got the hand up there was Justin Thomas in the middle of that defense. Was it Uric? Is he the guy that had the...
He did a little loop outside. 6'7", got those hands up. Boy, he reminds me a lot of Calais Campbell. Used to play for the Arizona Cardinals. Watch him kind of bounce outside a little bit. Get that right hand up in the air.
He was all over it, wasn't he, Sandy?
He was all over it, and Dell, you just mentioned who you think that he replicates. Well, according to him, he likes to base his game off of former NFL Lawrence Taylor. So that's who he likes to watch preview games of, and every day his ritual is watching games of Lawrence Taylor.
Davis back to throw, pressure gets to him. This time, that's a quarterback sack. And the Rattlers getting some work done. Chris Terrell gets to the quarterback. And that's that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 11.
Bringing in the kick team.
4th and 12, by the way. The ball
As the clock runs.
At the 20. I need to let the folks know that are watching the broadcast that there is a data issue between the game scoreboard and our scoring graphic, and we apologize. We can't do anything about that. All the other information seems to be accurate, but it's the 4th quarter, not the 3rd quarter, so please disregard. When you see it there saying 3rd, it is the 4th quarter with 6:22 remaining. And a field goal try for Ernesto Lacayo. 37 yards the try, and that's a pretty good looking kick, and it's good. The kick is good to give the Gladiators the lead again. Our score, Duke City 37, Arizona 35. Well, what a finish we've got going on for you in Phoenix, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue more Arizona Rattlers football right after this.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. We specialize rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training. Our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Welcome back. The Gladiators are on top 37-35 with the Rattlers, but the Rattlers sideline over here is pumped. There are smiles. In fact, Coach Guy is walking up and down saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. He looked right at Reyna and he said, let's go, baby.
Hey, you gotta love it. The emotion is taking over here in Phoenix, everybody. With 6:14 remaining in the fourth quarter, the Duke City Gladiators do lead Arizona 37-35. Listen, they thought, the experts thought these teams would score a lot more than this. The over-under was 104.5. And in spite of 2 early turnovers by the Rattlers, really could have got themselves in a deep hole. This Rattler team, with all the injuries, missing their MVP quarterback Drew Powell, missing Braxton Haley, missing a top-flight running back and even some defensive personnel, this team has been resilient tonight against a quality Duke City team. To only trail by 2 at this point, give themselves a chance to win. I think Coach Guy's got to feel at least some semblance of a hope in turning this season around. Here's the kick, fielded at the back wall. And straight up the middle it comes. That's Isaiah Houston on the return across the 15. And he's going to get a great return out across the 25 into Duke City territory.
Boy, let me tell you, there's victories, and then there's victories with impact. You know, the Arizona Rattles, for a lot of times, they just win because they're the better football team. I don't know where they are and where they stack up this year. It's early in the Indoor Football League season. You see the return there. Nobody knows. But to win tonight, facing the adversity that they've faced, you got a backup quarterback. And you turn the ball over twice early in the first quarter, and you don't give up, you don't shrink from the moment. You come back and you win the football. This is like worth 2 wins, and you can build on that, and that's why this is so important to finish.
They've got to close the deal. Reyna, under a lot of pressure, throws one up. There's a marker down, and that was intended for Isaiah Houston. It is incomplete for the moment. And the side judge who threw the flag from the far side of the field, he is going to give the word to the...
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 10. 10 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
You know, Jorge Reyna was thrown under duress on this play. The blitz up the middle by Jason Serta, and he gets there just as the ball is released.
Took a shot as he let go of the ball, but what you look at Houston and you go, what did he do? He couldn't catch this ball, but what did he make happen? Made sure it was not intercepted.
Yeah.
Give me a chance at second down. My quarterback just took a hit for the group. Give me a chance at second down, but it's first down now.
Turned into a pretty good defender. Reyna to throw, one step and fire. Right side, he was looking. Well, that was in between 2 potential receivers. Isaiah Scott was the short guy, and Isaiah Houston was a little bit deeper. That's incomplete, and Jorge took that big shot on that release a moment ago. Remember how many times he was on the turf last week? Boy, he's just in 2 weeks of football. Though he's gotten some stretches of good protection today, he has taken some pops out there.
It's interesting. There's certain quarterbacks that just seem like they get the snot beaten out of them. And right now, Reyna seems like the last couple weeks, as you said, first half he was pretty clean. Second half he's taken some shots.
Motion on the right side of the offense. Jorge Reyna looks over the middle. That pass is caught. Stretching out, hauling it in is Isaiah Houston. And that was a courageous catch as well. Needed 10, got the first down on a 10-yard reception. Ball to the 3-yard line. First and goal, Arizona.
Watch this catch. Great replay right there. Watch the traffic. Got guys trailing, guys in front, shots going to be taken. My dad always told me, Floyd, when I was growing up, I played tight end. He said, you might as well catch it. It's going to hurt whether you get hit and you catch it or you get hit and you don't catch it. Nice job by Peterson.
Might as well catch it.
Great look on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Handed off. Jagger Gardner, I think this is his first carry of the second half. And he is going to get knocked down short of the line of scrimmage. Might lose about a yard there on the play. The guy that came up to make that initial hit on him was Roderick Chapman for that Gladiator defense.
And that's what Coach Guy talked about in this game. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how quick you are. You can't continue to bounce the ball outside. Those defensive backs have the angle on you, and they're faster than you. There's certain times you just got to lower your shoulder, give me 1 or 2 yards, maybe 3, run through an arm tackle. And that's where I think Gardner can show the most improvement moving forward.
It's got that feel of whoever's got the ball last might very well prevail in this one. A close game, throw near side, pass caught, touchdown, Arizona Rattlers! Jamal Miles hauls it in.
Now what does Kevin Guy do? He's looking at the scoreboard. Is he going for 1? It looks like he's going for 2. 41-37. Going for 2. Remember now, you can go for 2, and then you can go for the deuce.
And then go for 2 again. I think I'd go for 2 twice, wouldn't you, right here in this situation?
I think I would too.
You make it a 6-point lead if you get this, and you make it a 8-point lead if you get the deuce. And Craig Peterson said he's kind of got the green light to go for the deuce here in the game today. A lot of confidence from Coach Guy. Here's Jorge Reyna, the quarterback. Back to throw. And he'll throw it. And, boy, great job on defense closing some distance there. Zachary Hannibal defensively able to get a hand out there and prevent that successful try for the 2. And so a score is going to remain at Arizona 41, Duke City 37. What a finish we've got for you in Phoenix. More fourth quarter action in a moment. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. We specialize rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training. Our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
A lot of fun going on tonight in downtown Phoenix, the Footprint Center. Site of tonight's matchup between the Arizona Rattlers and the Duke City Gladiators. 41-37. Arizona back in front. They're trading punches out there. And we'll get the kickoff from Craig Peterson. Will he go for the deuce? About to find that out.
Is it a deuce?
Well,
is it an onside kick?
We're going to find, right.
I mean, remember, Coach Guy, he's not afraid to take some chances. 2 minutes left. You got all your timeouts. It looks like Duke City's expecting onside kick.
They got them all playing up. And Craig Peterson will just kick it away. He's going to let them have the return from the 2-yard line. And the return comes straight back to about the 20-yard line. Roderick Chapman, the guy that brought it back. And we are going to be sitting at 2 minutes or thereabouts remaining in regulation. Late markers come out as the teams mix it up a little bit down there on the field. We'll see who gets nabbed on it with the personal foul. And while they're sorting it out, let you know that They do a ton of great promotions when you come out to an Arizona Rattlers game. The next game, home game, will be May 20th right here. Saturday, May 20th against Northern Arizona.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, receiving team number 9. Half the distance to the goal, first down, Duke City.
Yeah, Rattler fans did not disapprove of the call that time for sure. But they do these great promotions, in-game promotions. You have so much fun if you come to an Arizona Rattlers game and do get here for the May 20th game. Buy those tickets and be here when they take on Northern Arizona in a rematch of last year's conference championship game. But after the game tonight, they're going to award to a fan who has won one of those promotions. It's called the jersey off his back, right? They do that. They get a certain player, and his jersey from the game is given to a player, to a fan. And tonight, Uric Jones at number 93. Some fan was announced as a winner, the number drawn a moment ago. A lot of fun here at the Footprint Center. Throwing deep, and that is going to be incomplete. Some hand fighting downfield, no flag. I think that's a good no call by the official. It was intended for Gary Brown, and it was a terrific job in defense. Is that Jacoby Taylor back there that helped make that play?
It certainly looked like a tremendous job going down the field. Almost comes up with the catch. And that's a great no call. You got two guys fighting for the football, had a chance to catch it. The defender did not stop him or impede him from catching the football. Would have been an unbelievable catch. But nice job just letting them play football as we're almost down to the 1-minute warning.
And Coach Guy, he had dialed up the blitz on that play. We'll see if Brightwell comes here on this one. 2nd down and 10. He's coming. And the throw is away, and there's contact on the receiver. It is incomplete to Gary Brown coming across the middle. And the guy that makes the play, we haven't called this name Simeon Gatling too much tonight like we did a number of times last week. You talked about him as a very intelligent defensive back. He can play any of those defensive back positions for the team. And he made a great play there as we come down to the 1-minute warning, everybody. That'll give us a chance to step aside, catch our breath, and get ready for a final exciting 1 minute of football from Phoenix tonight. Don't go anywhere. It's Arizona Rattlers football, and we'll be right back.
Every body is different. Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, we're back in, everybody, and the officials are going to pause for a little bit while they take a look at a replay and review this last play. They had suspected that somebody on the offensive line was out of their, I believe, was out of their set position at the snap. So we're going to find out. While we also say thank you to Nova Home Loans. Nova Home Loans, outstanding partners of ours here with Arizona Rattlers football. They are the official and exclusive presenting sponsors of our instant replay package. Arizona Rattlers football and Nova Home Loans. We love the partnership, that's for sure.
Everybody have a little fun. Who is this? Is this Ozzy Osbourne? Yeah, I know up in the white country, Ozzy Osbourne had to be big back in the day.
That's Black Sabbath. And
this is Black Sabbath?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
And yeah, I
are
mean,
you embarrassed to know that you know it's Black Sabbath?
Hey, listen, man, you're talking to a genuine Renaissance man here. I know it all.
Okay.
Okay? I know it all. I know your heavy metal.
Yeah.
I know your country music.
You better know country.
I know your hip hop.
Okay.
And I know a jug band or two as well.
Okay.
I got you covered, Dale.
All right.
I got you covered. Hey, how's Ron Schertz, the owner, doing?
Well, I think Ron Schertz is obviously excited watching this football game. And I talked about it earlier. Whether he's listening, whether he's not listening, as we're looking at the replay, they haven't announced exactly what they're looking at right here. But I don't care what league you're talking about, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, IFL. Everything flows from the owner. If the owner is invested, if the owner cares, the franchise is going to be successful. And I can point out the franchises out there that have ownership who doesn't care, and they're not any good. There's a reason why the Rattlers have been good for 30 years. And it's been a succession of ownership. Ron Schertz has been the latest owner, and we'll do anything to support Kevin Guy. We'll do anything to support this football team.
Well, I've been privileged to be associated with the owner, Ron Schertz, for the past 3 seasons. And I echo everything you just said, for sure, Dale. And looked like the referee was done taking a look at and he took a lot of long looks at the replays reviewing this thing, and then all of a sudden another official came running up to him as he was breaking away from the replay screen and had something else to say to him. We're going to find out,
hopefully,
what this officiating crew has to say. And now, after this big long delay with 1 minute remaining, or just under a minute, as they've slowed this momentum down to a crawl, let's hope that they don't say, we've decided to forget about it.
Score's wrong.
Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't have his microphone on.
He's waiting for the music. Music stop.
Well, they're letting the Rattler cheerleaders finish their routine. Yeah, they had him off.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Duke City will be charged a timeout. They will have 1 challenge remaining for the remainder of the game. The play clock will be set to 25 seconds. It will be 3rd down and 10.
25.
The play clock.
Oh, play clock. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like, this is like complete opposite of last week.
Yeah.
You almost got me there.
They gave it back, right? Hey, you know, last week we decided that though.
You know what? You lost 30 seconds. We'll give them to you this week.
We're gonna return the favor. No. There's 58.3 seconds remaining in regulation. Play clock started at 25, and here we go. 3rd down and 10. Pump fake, throw on the comeback. And that's incomplete. There's a marker down. We may see a few of those here in these final plays.
They're thinking it's against Duke City.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 60. The penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 58.3 seconds.
Yeah, he got it right, didn't he?
Well, he got the time right, but it's not half the distance to the goal. They're going to get a 5-yard penalty, but
that was by the slimmest of margins, if you can say slimmest of margins about Kyle Lester, 6'5", 322. That was an actual false start. So the clock did not move.
Don't make fun of us big guys, Floyd.
Here's a deep throw left side. It's intercepted!
Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down!
On the return, and Winfrey is inside the 10-yard line with 47 seconds remaining. Dylan playing center field. It's been a while since we've called his name.
doing what he does as well, maybe better than anybody we've seen in the IFL the last 3 or 4 seasons. Dylan Winfrey with a big interception.
Couple messages sent to this team. Defense was put on notice by the coaching staff. Make some plays. Make some plays. Keep it simple for Dylan.
Let's talk to Dylan Winfrey. He's with Sandy Charles. Well, she's trying to find him. There she is. Go ahead, Sandy.
Dylan, what did you see? How were you able to get that interception?
I just read the quarterback's eyes. He's been staring his receivers down all game. He stared his receiver down, and our line got pressure. Pressure pick, cover set.
Thank you, Dylan. We appreciate that. Let's take it back to live action and a handoff left side. That is going to be a very short gain, and it was Jagger Gardner carrying the football. The ball, the line of scrimmage to the 9-yard line. So now the Rattlers are going to do what they can to take as much time off the clock as they can. Duke City burns a timeout. They'll have one more remaining after this. Well, 43.5 seconds. They're going to add 1 second to the clock as Gardner goes down, short gain from the 9 to the 7. So a 2-yard pickup, and now it's the chess match of all chess matches in these final seconds, Dale.
Well, it kind of seems that way. Obviously, there's 43 seconds left. They'll be able to run. The reason you will take a knee is because they got those 2 timeouts. Now they have 1 timeout remaining. I would be surprised if the Rattlers do much more of this. Going back to that the defensive play, though. We talked about it early in the game. Pressure, pick, pressure equals interceptions, coverage equals sacks. Pressure is more important than sacks because pressure will lead to turnovers, and that's exactly what happened there. And the one thing that the Rattlers want to do, they wanted to get Nate Davis uncomfortable in the pocket. And I think if you could take one thing away from this game, Nate Davis was not comfortable on his spot.
Handoff, speed sweep, Jamal Miles, right side, touchdown, Arizona! Jamal Miles takes the speed sweep, emphasis on the word speed, to get on that outside edge, dive into the end zone, and give the Rattlers a 2-score lead.
Well, Miles has such a good feel. Watch him as he comes across the formations. Watch him get that right foot in the ground right there, get his head and shoulders facing north and south, and getting into the end zone.
Craig Peterson on for the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is going to split those pipes. It's good. Arizona 48, Duke City 37. Can the Rattlers hang on and get win number 2 on the season, even the record at 500 against a quality Duke City team, and keep up a winning streak over Duke City that's been unblemished since they've ever played? I mean, 7-0, the Rattlers lead the all-time series, and they had been in danger at times in this game with that lead changing hands back and forth of losing for a first time. But it looks pretty good right now with 39.2 seconds remaining.
Well, remember now Duke City down to 1 timeout. Again, when you talk about victories, there's different kinds of victories. This is a victory. This is a gritty victory. This wasn't pretty. This one, not be a Picasso. At the end of the year, you're going to paint a poster of it. You're going to say, you know what, we had to grind this out. We've forgotten now. 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Kind of forgotten about those. It's really difficult in this league to overcome a start like that with a backup quarterback, with banged up guys. A lot of times you go look in the bullpen down there, they got heads are hung. You got to give credit where credit's due. And this team, this coaching staff rallied from a position that could have been really, really bad.
And it took until the final minute of the game for Duke City to commit their first turnover. Greg Peterson will kick from
near the numbers left side of the goal line, and that's going to be a bouncer up at the 8-yard line. And a return across the 20-yard line. Keep it right in the middle of the field. Roderick Chapman on the return for Duke City. 35 seconds remain here in this fourth quarter. Well, listen, it's not over. Duke City could strike, get an onside.
Remember, you can have a 10-point play.
Yeah.
You can literally have a 10-point play in the North Football League with the score, 2-point conversion, and a deuce.
So let's look at that for a second, okay? So if they were to score and get 7 on the board, that puts them down by 4. You would want to go for 2 and or get the deuce for sure and make it reachable with a field goal, right?
Well, they get 6.
You've got to do that.
They get 6, that'd be 43. A 2-point conversion, 40. We're looking at it. Both of us said 10 points. It looks like it's 11 points on the score.
Right now it's 11, yes. Don't put it in the books yet. That one's going to be knocked down. It's Uric Jones again. He batted one earlier, and that 6'7" frame with those long arms will do it again.
Again, I don't see Lawrence Taylor with Jones. Hey, you do you. I see Calais Campbell with Jones. Those big long arms. The height and the arm length and the wingspan and that domination inside.
They dialed up a blitz on that play as well. Just trying to keep Nate Davis, get him off his spot. That's what Coach likes to say about it. Get him off his spot. And we'll see if Brightwell, he drops back into coverage this time, and Davis is going to get wrapped up and sacked up the middle. It is Chris Terrell. Is that Terrell or is that Thomas that got to him?
It was Thomas.
Justin Thomas with a timely quarterback sack, taking on the offensive lineman and not giving up when he got the quarterback in his clutches.
Duke City, this is their 3rd and final timeout of the game. 30-second timeout.
Let's check in with Sandy down on the sideline.
Floyd, it's really special down here over on the Rattlers sideline. Jorge Reyna and all of his offensive linemen, they were just embraced in a group hug for about 30 seconds. So the love and the chemistry is here with this group.
Well, they're sensing the worm turning, I guess.
Well, they are, and just looking back at this last play, what's so tremendous about this, and it just kind of chaps you a little bit as an offensive lineman. The Rattlers only rushed 2 guys. They only rushed 2 guys. And he gave up a sack. It just a tremendous effort by Justin Thomas there to get Davis on the ground. Again, this defense has risen to basically every challenge that this coaching staff has given them this week.
25 seconds remain. That pass is caught. And Devontae Merriweather dumps the receiver right there. Xavier Amy on the catch. He's going to get 6 on the play. Stays on the field of play with no timeouts. This clock will keep running. 10 seconds left now. The Rattlers, they're going to come away with the win. 3 seconds left. They'll get one more play. Time will expire on an incomplete pass. And there's Uric Jones right in the middle of it. Fitting end for the big guy who has played, I think, maybe his best game yet as an Arizona Rattler. The Rattlers win 48-37.
He looked like he was Shaquille O'Neal, for crying out loud, in his prime. He blocked as many shots as Shaquille O'Neal did in the game.
Take a look at Isaiah Houston, had a big second half. Uric Jones, a huge second half as well for the team. And Jorge Reyna at quarterback, able to get his first victory at home for the Arizona Rattlers as the season record now goes to 2-2. And we look for an opportunity to speak with Coach Kevin Guy. He's down on the field. Sandy Charles has got him.
Thanks, Floyd. Coach, tell of 2 different halves with your defense. What clicked in the second half?
Well, we just told them at halftime, we just got to settle down and play and execute, okay? We had good coverage. We know Nate Davis is a great quarterback. He can put it on the spot. So we had to do a good job of getting more pressure on him, and we had to do a good job of taking away their space. And this team's got a lot of fight in them. We got a lot of injuries right now, we got a lot of pride in this organization. They came out and showed it tonight.
What did you learn about them tonight?
Well, you know, listen, they found a way to come over to overcome some adversity, and you know that's what we're about. It's about a mindset, and we got some tough guys in this locker room, and you know I love the fight in them tonight, and hopefully it's something we're going to be able to build on.
Last one, Coach. How did you see Jorge Reyna grow tonight?
I thought he did an outstanding job tonight. He grew up from last week to this week. We saw it in practice this week. We started a little slow. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but we started a little slow as an offense. But we settled down, started playing. I'm proud of these guys tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Congrats.
Well, there's Kevin Guy, the head coach, and Dale, I'm telling you, that is the relief of a coach who has got the deck stacked against him right now. His MVP quarterback, unavailable. Braxton Haley, who was Superman last year in that offense for them, unavailable. The injury bug has been significant, to say the least, for the Rattlers this year. And he is just kind of patching it all together, holding it together, and urging his guys to get it done. And boy, I tell you, they did it tonight.
Here's the guy, and again, all that is true. He will never make that as an excuse. What he will walk into that locker room and he will tell his team and he will be glowing about tonight is the fact that they don't care about any of that. This team was resilient. As I said a couple times during this game, 2 turnovers early in the football game. They could have hung their head and went and lost the football game. They battled for the entire 4 quarters, found a way. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. As I said, it was not a Picasso. He's a painter, right? Picasso's a really good painter, right?
Yeah.
I think he is. I didn't study him at SMU.
He visited SMU
once. Did he go up in the White Mountains and paint some mountains? But I think he's a pretty good painter. This was not a Picasso. But guess what? This is going to do more for the grit of this football team than a 30-point win would have done.
It certainly proves something to themselves if they want to look at it that way. And despite coming in perhaps for the first time ever as an underdog at home, the Arizona Rattlers said to the experts, I don't think so. And they get the win by 11. 48-37, Arizona wins. We'll continue our postgame wrap-up in just a moment, everybody. Don't go anywhere. And we'll give you our final thoughts.
Some get injured while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Hey, we come back, everybody, to wrap things up tonight from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix on what has been an exciting IFL matchup between the underdog Arizona Rattlers. You're not going to say that very much about this team when they play at home, but yeah, they were 2.5-point dogs tonight. Didn't matter. They came out with something to prove, and that second half was, well, you described it, Dale Hellestrate. You described it as a gritty win for the Rattlers. I agree with you. I mean, they battled, they fought, they clawed, they did a number of different things tonight. It wasn't all by the book. The deuce came into play.
They lost the turnover battle. You don't win many IFL games if you lose the turnover battle.
Right.
They just took advantage of some opportunities, kicked a field goal in the game. This is a team that did anything and everything they had to do, and the Arizona Rattlers prevailed. They come out on top.
Well, you look at this defense, and again, I've known Kevin Guy for a long time. He heaped a bunch of praise on this offense for Duke City, especially the quarterback. And he talked about him for 15 minutes when we were talking with him. And he's a really good quarterback. But at the end of the day, this Arizona Rattler defense did a tremendous job getting him off his spot, changing things up enough so that the timing wasn't there. And I think the defense has been under the most duress from the coaching staff. One week is missing 16 tackles. The next week is not getting off the field on fourth down. And I think tonight it all came together. They battled, and they found a way to get a victory.
You know, Dale, you said something about the defense, and you made a great point in the late stretches of this one, talking about the fact that pressure on the quarterback is so often a better thing than actually sacking the quarterback, because it forces him to get rid of it, and the feet aren't set a lot of the time. Maybe he can't see. His window is not as open as he'd like it to be. He's rushing his throw because of the pressure, and we saw that come up big in the final minute of the game on that Dylan Winfrey interception, the first turnover committed by that Gladiators offense today. It couldn't have come at a better time for Arizona, and that was a great point, I thought. And it was guys like Simeon Brightwell. I mean, he played a great game. Never had a quarterback sack, but he was there close a lot, making him get rid of the ball, especially down the stretch. You have to feel like there was some game planning in the locker room at halftime, some changes and a different approach. But that defense got some pressure when they needed to and got Nate Davis off his spot.
So three guys jumped out to me. He had Jones in the middle. Again, I lost track of how many balls he batted down at 6'7". Brightwell obviously had a really nice game. And then when you talk about Devontae Merriweather, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon no less than 5, 6, 7 times tonight. Just a dramatic impact on this defense with his physicality, and that's exactly what this football team needed.
You know, what's interesting is that the Rattlers ran the ball a lot in the first half. Remember, Jagger Gardner had almost 50 yards rushing in the first half. And then they changed it up in that second half. Again, a lot of changes. Jorge Reyna in that scoring drive early on in the half ran the ball twice for significant yardage, and we didn't see Gardner figuring in the running game at all at that point. But it was just a matter of what do we have to do to win, and it almost feels like you could look back at whatever that halftime discussion was between Coach Guy, his coaching staff, and the team, that there was a lot of discussion about how to do it, what to do differently, and what kind of things we have to come up with at halftime. And they did in that second half. They had a different offensive approach, and it certainly paid off for them. A victory for the Rattlers tonight, 48-37, the final over the more favored Duke City Gladiators. Came in 2.5-point favorites in this one. Dale, let me look at a couple of things for you, give you an idea how it all shook out. Passing yardage in the game today for these two teams: 175 yards passing for Duke City, 154 yards passing for the Rattlers. So the Rattlers really started to close that gap in the game for sure. Let me correct myself. That is total yardage. Total yardage, 175 to 154. Throwing the football, 155 for Duke City and 74 for Arizona. So I correct myself on that. And so clearly what that means is that the rushing edge belonged to the Rattlers. They had 80 yards on the ground to 20 yards for Duke City in this game. Does that speak to you at all, Dale? Because I know that we expect Nate Davis to throw the ball a lot.
Well, here's what I'm missing, Floyd. I just want to continue I'm going to push and push and push. I'm Nostradamus, okay? So understand this. When you talk to Kevin Guy this week, he's going to tell you one of the most exciting victories, one of the most refreshing victories that he's had as a Rattler coach is tonight. It wasn't pretty. They didn't put up 80 points. He's coached teams that have thrown for 10 touchdowns and just waltzed through the game. he will tell you, I promise, that this is a game that he will cherish because of the way they won it. It wasn't pretty. He wants to get more possessions. Guess what? That wasn't happening tonight. And so how do you win this football game? You get a little gritty. Defense made some plays late, not early. Offense made some mistakes early, made some plays late. But they stuck together, and they found a way to win the football game. And at the end of the year, they're not going to say, oh, you know what, it was a Picasso. They're going to say it's a victory, and it's going to add towards their playoff total. And Kevin Guy, I promise you this week, will look back on it and go, this is really good for my football team.
Yeah, satisfying for sure, and a building block. I mean, that's a foundation you can build on as they continue to play and will play next week without Drew Powell. And more opportunities coming. It's a genuine quarterback competition, isn't it? And for those people out there, those quarterbacks out there, if you're thinking about Arizona as a destination, know this. Kevin Guy will let you compete for every job on this field. He'll let you compete. You know, Drew Powell has won the MVP award multiple times. And he will let you come in and compete for that job.
No, he will, and he appreciates guys who appreciate that. And again, in today's society, I mentioned it during the game, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's the NFL, whether it's the IFL, guys tend to say, I don't want to compete. And that was what stood out to Kevin Guy when he was talking to us this week, is that here's a guy who 8 games last year, his stats stood up to anybody's. And yet you go, oh, well, if I go to Arizona, I'm going to be the backup and all that. But Reyna said, I'll take a shot. And guess what? Now he's playing.
Yep, he's getting his shot with one of the premier sports franchises in the entire IFL, the Arizona Rattlers. And they get the victory tonight, 48-37. Those of you watching on the WTSM TV channel, stand by for the post-game show coming up with Doug Franz in just a few moments. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and a big thank you to our crack team for their production tonight here at the Footprint Center, led by our technical director and producer, Derek Simmons. Our director tonight, Jim Hartman, moving into that spot and doing a great job. Thank you. Graphics operator tonight, Noah Anderson. On camera, a big thank you goes out to Andre Stevens and Joey Mascaro as well for his work tonight here at the Footprint Center. For our broadcast team, Sandy Charles and Dale Hellestray. Floyd Simmons, thank you for joining us. We'll see you on May 20th when Northern Arizona comes to town. Until then, God bless you. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time for more Arizona Rattlers football. Good night, everyone from Phoenix.